And we are live. I think I really need to do like a proper introductory branding. That would probably be a good thing. Something to kind of fill the dead space of the first part of the stream before, like while waiting for people to trickle in, you know?
Yeah, usually people have I know specific streamers that I won't name because I don't want to name drop other streamers
Okay.
in your stream. That's really rude. That's
Well,
a vlog. They usually have like the first 5 to 10 minutes
Mhm.
of when they start streaming have no content. They
Yep.
just have like music.
Yep.
And they have filler, and they just have like their own. They have like a 5 minute video of like their
Yep.
like a pre-recorded video of their content to help people like their social medias are just like pinging, and so people have time to go and like I get to my computer.
Yep.
Like I have a child. I'll put the child in the away, and
Yeah.
then they like punt them to the other room.
No punting children.
Yeah.
We don't advocate for that on this stream.
Yeah. So but there's time. Then you have like 5 to 10 minutes to go figure that out.
Yeah.
But I have a stream. I do follow a streamer who does that.
Mhm.
They start their stream like at noon our time in the middle of my work day, so I see it every time.
Yep.
But I know I have like 15 minutes
Yep.
to like figure out what I'm gonna do before I like tune in.
Well, in Slack, yeah, it would be branding. I just don't know like what branding I would necessarily want to put in on it because, yeah, we'll see. I'll figure something out. Also, we got Neil still streaming, and then I think I saw some folks in the Girl Country Discord. Although it was probably just Sherry and somebody else, if I remember correctly. So, child punting branding. How about we don't do that?
That's a me thing.
That's a you thing.
No, well I meant like I said that.
Oh, okay.
But it's your account.
Also, yeah, don't mention other streamers unless we're getting a cut. Like,
That's
we
what I
should
said.
get royalties
I didn't
or something.
mention the other streamer.
It's not royalties. What would it be?
It's just a plug.
It's a plug.
It's a plug.
Okay. But like,
It's a free plug.
there's a word for like compensation
It's
for
like,
a plug.
It's like one of my favorite. Well, it's like
Raid Shadow Legends.
I didn't do that plug. You just said that. I didn't say it.
We're getting a check in the mail.
I'm
It's coming.
starting an NFT. I'm just kidding. Could you imagine though? Anyway.
Okay, hopefully that softened the blow enough. Raid Shadow Legends. Alrighty. Well, oh, shoot. Didn't mean to do that just yet. Do I have a viewer count? No, I do not. How can I show that to myself just out of curiosity? Open a new tab. Without asking you, Slack, to do it constantly. That'd be kind of rude. Let's see. Okay, we pretty much just you and me, I think. I mean, are Neil, Friday Morning Nameless, and Grail Country actually streamers? Like, actually? I don't think that if I tried... Oh, Callie. You're very grumbly. I don't think if I tried to mention them that I could get any sort of, like, royalty from them. I don't think that would work out very well. Well, if nothing else, maybe Neil will send folks over here once he's done. Okay, that's fair. Technically streamers. Hey, Ups. Alright, let's get it started then. Howdy, buddy. Afriel here. Today I want to talk about fractal number player games. So, games are often described as 1 or 2 player based on how many people are engaging with them. So, like, 1 player is PvE and 2 player is PvP. But I think that there's room for greater complexity than just that. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about for this stream. And just to give a reminder of what the game situation is here, we died a couple of times to the Gaping Dragon last time, so we're going to have to figure that out. And then... Why are they staying on the roof? So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to go... I think Lautrec should be up at the Firelink Shrine. So we're going to head back up, grab him real quick, and then hopefully be able to complete this with 2 summons instead of just 1. Hopefully. Hopefully I can stop sucking quite so much. Alright. So to start off... So fractal dimensions are a concept in mathematics talking about how much space a particular fractal fills. So just as an example, you have something called a Sierpinski gasket, which is you have an upward pointing triangle that you recursively fill in with downward pointing triangles. And then what that the resulting shape that you get from that is called the Sierpinski gasket, and then you can have like different levels of iterations of how many times you fill in all of the open holes with downward pointing arrows. I am not helping myself as far as the gaping jokes, am I? Anyway, so with a Sierpinski gasket, you have it's a fractal dimension of 1.6 because it's more than a line, but it's less than a fully filled triangle. Like, it's not completely... I probably should have been approaching that a little bit more cautiously, but whatever. Just kill all the pinkies. So it's more than a line, but it's less than a fully filled triangle. And so because of that, it's assigned a fractal dimension of 1.6 approximately. It's like 1.58 something, I think. Oh, jeez. I forgot there's 2 of them there. Am I gonna die from that? God bless. That's a great way to start the session. So, what I want to do for the talking session of this is take that concept of fractal dimensions and exapt that onto the number of players that you have for a particular game. That's the idea. Oh, come on. So, hang on, let me just... It would probably help if I was paying attention properly. Alright. So, to start off, there are what are called zero-player games. Things like Conway's Game of Life. So, the idea is that it's literally just a computer simulation that runs independent of any human input. The only human input that you give is just the initial input. So, but in that kind of a sense, and also because you as the player have to either construct a computer that's capable of playing out a game of Conway's Game of Life, or you have to manually, like, fill in pixels on a sheet. It makes it so that it's... Capricorn... Yeah, no, I have one more day. I have one more day, Grizz. I do still owe you a goose, though. I lost my train of thought. Let me just kill these guys first, because I really don't want to die stupidly again. Okay, let's not die stupidly, please. Okay, let's chug a flask like Slack recommended to. Get away from you, or get spaced at least. There we go. No, Grizz, I definitely have not died yet to pinkies. Absolutely not. Why would you think that that would be the case? Let me just get out of here first, because these guys are, like, actually really annoying to deal with. Come on. That did not hit. hitbox nonsense. Okay. Foxman and F both to see the contrast. Yep. No, it's fun. Honestly, Slack, I would love to see you jump on this train. Why would nobody want to see that? Okay, yeah, let's get back to on track, especially now that I'm out of the hazard area. So, talking about Conway's Game of Life, you can technically play it by filling in pixel zone graph paper, but it's a lot easier if you do it with a computer. The interesting thing with it is that it's not exactly a zero-player game because of that, where you are actually... You have to give some input as the player in order for any of it to make sense. But once you do give that input... Oh, don't. Okay, no! Okay. My butthole has never been more clenched. Let's just kill these guys real quick and then call it, or go and rest at a bonfire. There we go. Honestly, I would love to watch Slack play Satisfactory. I love that game. I mean... I didn't kill myself, so I was... The assassins didn't... My self-assassination attempt did not succeed? Is that... Oh, I don't even know if I should have rested there, because now I have to run all the way back. Maybe I should have just gone and talked to Lautrec and then homeward boned. Upsetting. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I should have done that. Whoops. Well, now we get to run back. So, the really interesting thing with... okay, yep, have link, can't post. I'll go, actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll change the settings so that way if you want to jump on, you can. Or wait, did you jump on the server, Grizz? Landing zone. I don't see you listed. Let me know. I'm not seeing you in there, but once... Yeah, just let me know when you're in there. He means here. Okay. Server what? Yeah, it's just I don't have permissions on the Broken Clock Tower, and I really don't want certain individuals to jump on and potentially cause problems, so... Just putting up... Not trying to move in on your territory or anything, just trying to get something that I can put it in the Reaper's Hall. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's dumb. Can I actually hit this thing? That would be great, thank you. It's hard to swing a big sword in a small hallway, okay?
Your server's set up.
What's that?
Your server is set up.
Thank you. Alright. So, what's interesting about Conway's Game of Life is that you can create particular structures in it. The one particular that is sort of like the simplest, or like the first example of a pattern that creates an infinite number of pixels is something called a glider gun. So a glider is an arrangement of pixels that it cycles through different shapes, but it moves across the screen or the paper as it iterates. And so what you can do is if you can carefully construct something where... Okay, and I have one coming up from behind me. Not you. Why did that target that way? There we go. You can carefully create a particular structure that allows you to continually create more gliders. Basically, you have two things that are... Oh, I had range on that. Okay. There we go. Two different sides of something, and then they're constantly colliding and canceling each other out. And as a consequence of that collision and canceling each other out, they're regenerating their original structure, but they're producing another glider each time that they do that. And it takes a lot of skill, it takes a lot of thought and careful planning to be able to create something like that. That's not something that just spontaneously is created in most cases. You actually have to have, like, well, I suppose that it could, monkeys and typewriters, but for the most part, you have to actually have something that intentionally creates that kind of a structure. It doesn't just automatically pop into existence. Okay, that's... Can I not die? Stupidly. There we go.
It's the Let's Play curse.
It is quite the curse, isn't it?
Get good.
I'm trying. I'm trying very hard to get good.
No, it's not working.
So, the kind of final point to put a bow on that is that while Conway's Game of Life is typically referred to as a, oh, don't do that. Get off of me.
Spin it to win it.
Okay. Is it gonna let me rest at the bonfire, or is the pinky gonna be too close? I can rest. Cool. Next time, use Homeward Bone, you silly goose.
Bone him.
Are you... Oh my lord. Okay, we're not gonna die. We're not gonna do that right now. Howdy, Mills. Yes, I believe that is correct, Ups. I don't know exactly what their thought process was. I didn't actually look into the details of the proof, but I did see that as well. Yeah. So yeah, the idea there being... Oh, I need to unhollow myself. Let's go fix that real quick. That Conway's Game of Life, if you're kind of exacting fractal dimensions onto it, it's not a 0-player game, it's like a 0.1 player game. Because you still have to give some level of input as the user in order for it to function. But once you do, then it kind of runs on its own. So the next thing to talk about are single-player games. Or actually, before I talk about single-player games, half-player games. So there's other sorts of genres of games where there is more human input required for the game to progress than something like Conway's Game of Life, but less than what you would typically have for a game like Dark Souls, for instance, right? Okay. And that includes, and I was actually talking with Ups and Mills about this earlier, but games like Cookie Clicker. Any game that falls into the sort of numbers go up category. And the reason I would say that's kind of like a half-player game is the number's going to go up regardless. Did I? I did not unhollow myself, did I? Okay. So the number's going to go up regardless. With Cookie Clicker, there is like a little bit of input that you need to give at the start, but after a certain point, like you would just need to wait a certain amount of time, and the number would go up to whatever number you wanted it to be. But what you can do is you can interact to make the number go up faster. And so it's not quite a single player game. It's more than a zero player game because there is a lot more input that you need to give to it than just sitting there and waiting like you would with Conway's Game of Life. And then the other kind of category that, and there might be more than these two, but these are the two that I have off the top of my head, are ones that are more like colony management simulators, like Dwarf Fortress or RimWorld. Let's actually reverse hollowing before I leave the bonfire this time. And RimWorld in particular does allow you to direct characters, so you can very intentionally make them go to a certain place. But that's not really the way that you're supposed to play it. You're supposed to be giving sort of like general directions and orders and priorities to your characters, and then, as they do that, you modify those priorities. You're not directly engaging with the characters. So maybe that's a little bit more than a half-player game, but it's not quite a single-player game, or maybe it ends up being a single-player game. It's kind of hard to really make a full determination of that, especially because I'm just exploring this concept, and I don't know, and I'll get into a bit more later, but when you're talking about actual fractal objects, there's ways of calculating what the fractal dimension of those objects is. I don't know if you can necessarily do quite the same thing with like the player number of a game, because what there ends up seeming to happen is that there's different.
Hey, Afriel.
Yeah.
You have a guy named Slackrius.
Yeah.
You just joined the server.
Yeah, he can jump on.
Okay.
He can come on and make fun of me for how badly I'm about to manage this fight.
You just said this is totally normal and same behavior, and he has a 4. Like,
Oh, just to post a silly picture.
he just posted. I don't know what happened.
What did he post? I don't want to pull up Discord.
Oh, that's crazy.
Am I pulling up Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. What nonsense are you posting on my Discord Slack? Oh, that's just his
It is something.
totally. Oh, is that your desktop of like what you're playing? Or is that somebody else?
Someone's desktop.
That's someone's desktop. Oh no, that is his, because he's watching my stream right now and playing Cookie Clicker and 2 other games that I'm less familiar with. Is that Antimatter Dimensions? Is that actually Antimatter Dimensions? It is. Oh my gosh. I haven't played that one in a while. Mrs. Co-Pilotson is apparently your name now.
What happened? What'd I do?
Well, no, just like you're being my co-pilot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I got pinged. I forgot to mute your server.
So, okay, I gotta ask, like, did you just pull those up for funsies, or did you already have those up as you were watching the stream? Because if that's the case, that's a little frightening.
Cookie Clicker. Just chilling in the background.
He has a cookie addiction. 3 incrementals at once I can find. I can quit anytime I want. Sure you can, buddy.
Did you prestige? Did you prestige on Cookie Clicker?
Oh my lord.
How many times have you prestiged?
That sounds dirty. It is kind of dirty when you think about it, huh?
Well, you're baking cookies. It's a dirty situation.
Okay.
How many Gmods do you have?
How many Gmods do you have? Alright.
Hi, dog. What are you doing? Please don't
alright.
pop in my face. It's very
I was just
rude.
marking mentally the bookmark of where I was pausing, because we're going to focus on the fight this time, and hopefully get through it the first time, especially since I decided that we're going to have a little extra help from Lautrec this time, even though he turns out to be not the greatest if you've played through the game. Alright. No, it was a fun little derailment. I appreciate it. Also, it reminds people that, oh hey, there is a Discord server if you want to chat on it later. So. Focus up, we're just trying to swing at the tail. Solaire is tanking, and I'm okay. I blocked, so I didn't completely die. Let's just chug a potion real quick. Lautrec's tanking. He managed to not get scooped. There we go, that's 2 good hits. It keeps missing Lautrec, which is good for... Oh god. Run away, run away, run away, run away. Okay. Yeah, keep focusing Lautrec, please. It stops. I can hit the back leg twice. Oh lord. No, okay, it's just scooping. Oh, I might be dead. I'm probably dead. Not dead. Hallelujah.
It's raining men.
Now I'm dead. Well, at least I get to talk a little bit more before I go back and resummon them, right? Gah. Maybe if I, like, get to a better mental bookmark place, then it'll make it easier for me to fight, rather than having to try and remember it at the same time. Alright. So what I wanted to talk about, to kind of wrap up the half-player games talk... Or no, I kind of did, didn't I? Yeah, RimWorld allows you to direct characters, but the way that you're playing is just setting the guidelines, and then moving on there. So half-player fractals. Alright. So, single-player games are what most folks are familiar with. Things like Dark Souls, right? Or other dungeon crawlery, Diablo-like games, role-playing games, stuff like that. And the idea with those is that you as the player are engaging with a developer-created environment, which I've commented before is sort of like a meta PvP, where, yes, you're still playing against someone, but that someone isn't another agent in the room with you, right? It's somebody who set up the environment for you ahead of time, and that you are engaging with it, like, separately from them. That they're... Okay. Very distractible, as you can see. We're gonna go and pretend that I remembered to unhollow before leaving the bonfire. And then we're gonna go and summon Solaire and Lautrec again, and then we'll get that fight finished. Because I really do want to try and get to and kill Quelaag before the end of this stream, if the thumbnail wasn't an indication. Alright. So single-player games, and that also includes games like roguelikes. But you as the player are having to engage with the environment, right? You are having to... Well, and I'll take that back, because there's... Depending on the difficulty level, at a certain point, it can become almost more like you're just mashing buttons, right? Or like something like cutscenes, where you aren't necessarily doing anything other than just pressing buttons to allow a story to progress. So technically it's a single-player game, but it's more like you're watching a movie and then doing the required interactions as you're watching the movie. So, what's that? Like Baldur's Gate? Oh my gosh. I would say that Kingdom Hearts definitely still qualifies as a single-player game.
It is a single-player game.
Yeah, but I mean, like, in the sense that I was just describing. Oh. Right? Like, it's... Well, on the easier levels, it is kind of just a beat-em-up where you're not really trying, but...
Baldur's Gate is totally, like...
It's totally legitimate. It's totally legitimate.
It's much more better than Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. I would agree with that. That game's story is interesting.
Wait, what?
That's Kingdom Hearts' story is interesting.
It's not really a story, let's be honest.
Don't come after me, Kingdom Hearts haters, please.
I want someone to tell me if someone is hating on Kingdom Hearts. I want them to tell me the story of Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Without referring to notes.
It might take several hours. There we go. Okay. So in that kind of a case, the single player game ends up being more like a half player game, or more in that direction, where you're not really having to think through things. But on the other end of the spectrum, the simple plot of Kingdom Hearts by Starbomb. That's.
Starbomb.
Do you know Starbomb? Okay. There's a particular video that Mrs. Pilotson likes to watch periodically, talking about how a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts, and it is
amazing.
It's quite the video.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. Is music good up? You'll thank me. I'll give it a look. So there's some single player games that end up being fractally smaller than a single player game, but there's other ones that end up being fractally slightly larger. Like Dark Souls, I think it qualifies, but in a slightly different sense than I was thinking, just because you can have it turn into PvP on you somewhat involuntarily. So if you are playing as an unhallowed being, then you can end up getting invaded by another player. It can go from being PvE to being PvP. He jumps up, and then he slams back down, and then I'm going to stay out of his range. Oh, he's going to jump up again. And then we're going to jump away. Oh, stop jumping. Just stay on the ground. Okay, there we go. He's body slams Solaire, which gives me an opportunity to kind of come in on him. Block. Okay. Oh, gosh. Run away because he's jumping. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go pick up my bloodstain while I have a second. Okay. Come on, guys. Okay, and he's gonna charge forward. I'm gonna preemptively move myself to where he's gonna be at the end of the charge, so I can get a couple of swings on him. Probably like 3 swings. 1, 2, and 3, and then back up. And he's gonna jump. Nope, he's gonna tail swipe. Glad I walked out of the way, because... oh my lord. Drink Estus, drink Estus. Now he jumps. Okay, he's jumping onto Lautrec. Swing on him. Okay. He's gonna charge forward, but it's gonna be like right into that wall there, so it's not gonna be very far. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I thought he charged forward. Oh, that's so frustrating. Oh, that's so frustrating. Okay. We can do this. Wow. Wow. That is actually really frustrating, though. Okay. We can do this. Stay positive.
With superior tactics.
Yeah. Don't die on me, by the way.
I'm not doing hot.
Oh my gosh, Neutrino! It's good to see you, man. Haven't seen you in a while. I know, Slack, but I thought I was... like, okay, here's what I thought happened, and then what actually happened. I saw the way... because he was doing his charge attack, So he like slammed down and then he charges forward until he hits a wall. And I thought that he did that and then he bumped into the wall that he was like already in front of, and I thought that he had already charged. And then it turned out he hadn't charged yet. And then I got killed because I was standing in the blinking red area like a silly Billy.
Silly Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So Dark Souls is kind of an example of a game where it's slightly more than single player. The other version that I was thinking of are games where the developer almost like reaches through the game to try and teach a lesson to you. And the game specifically that comes to mind for that is Undertale, because it's a game that kind of steps outside of what your typical expectations of a game are, and does so in a way to try and make you, as the player, think about how you are engaging with games in a general way as a player. And so maybe that's not quite accurate, but I would say that that's a slightly more than single player game, because it's not just about you playing the game, it's about you becoming a slightly different player as a consequence of playing through the game. Now, two-player games are where it starts to get really interesting. And we'll try and kill this thing before I start getting into that too much. Alright, guys. Third time's a charm. Okay. There we go. Okay, so this is the same charge attack. So what you can do is you can say, okay, I know it's going to charge, and then it will eventually hit the wall, so I can kind of pre-position myself to be in the right spot to hit it. So I'm going to get 2 hits on it, and then I'm going to back up and see what it does next. So when it curls up like that, it's about to jump, so I back up, and then it's going to land on Lautrec and Slayer, so I can run around. You want to stay away from the front of it, because you don't want to get slammed or grabbed like that. Okay, I got 1 hit in, and then I need to run away because it jumps up, and then it's facing me, so I want to back away and let Lautrec and... Oh, are you fucking me? Even though it was getting wailed on... Okay, I just needed to have my shield out and block. Ugh. That's frustrating. Okay, well... At least Grizz will have plenty of instances for his montage later. Okay. So, Joe, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to exact the idea of fractal dimensions from mathematics onto the way that we talk about like 1 or 2 player games, because I think that there's more complexity to it than just like I'm playing a single player game in Dark Souls, right? I think that that's generally true and a good kind of like first level analysis of what it is that's happening. But I think that there's instances where people will play like 0 player games where they are not really giving any input, they're just observing, right? So actually, oh, there's an idea. A good example of a 0 player game is a movie. You sit down, you watch, you observe and consume. Another example would be Brain Dream from the Cyberpunk universe. And then you start to get more input over time, but there's levels of how much your input is actually affecting the environment of the game that you're inhabiting. And so you don't just go straight from brain dance. Okay, I thought it was brain dream. Thank you for the correction, Slack. And so it's not just a straight jump from no input to full input versus an environment. There is kind of these gradations of slightly more than zero player, where you have to actually get something set up. There's half player, where you're kind of setting something up, but you are also allowing for the game and the environment to do a significant amount of the work, quote unquote, for you. And then you have single player games that you're playing against an environment. And then within those single player games, some of them require a bit less engagement, and some of them require actually a bit more engagement. So they're slightly more than just single player games in that sense. Okay. Use your shield, Ryan. So we're just going to stay one-handed, especially since I have the strength to allow for that. We're just going to get out of the way, let it charge forward. Cool. It'll take longer, but I'm playing it safer that way. Okay, he's going to jump. Where does he jump on? Jumps to Lautrec. Oh man, that was a little close. Whew. Okay. Okay. Get a hit on there. Oh lord. Dodge the stomping. Get a hit. Okay, stomping again. I can hit him again. He's flying. Shielding. Oh lord. Okay. That ended up not being quite so bad. He's going to slam down, and I need to get out from in front of him. But once I do, I can just wait for him to charge the wall. Is he going to slam down again? What the fuck? I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. It's always been a charge attack. So we'll wait for him to charge forward and hit the wall, unless he's just going to slam down again. Or stomp his feet, whatever. Swing twice, get the fuck away. Okay, he tried to grab at Lautrec, but Lautrec rolls. Get the fuck away. Okay. Okay, that was really panicky of me. Okay. Okay. Just gonna get one hit and then back away. Let him charge forward. Or, oh, he's already facing the wall, so that's why. Okay. Come on, guys. I need you to do a little more damage. He's gonna puke. Think I'm fine over here. Okay. And one more swing. Hey! There we go. Huzzah! And we got the key to Blighttown. Thanks, fellas. Much appreciated. I think that there was like one or two items in this arena for me to pick up before I go. Slack! You stop that right now.
Put the thing back where you found it, or so.
You put that thing back where you came from, or so help me. So help me. So help me. Okay. So two-player games are where it starts to get really interesting. What I'm talking about with two-player games are things like chess or StarCraft, and it sort of exponentially ramps up the levels of complexity, because it's not just about... Oh, I thought I explained that. Okay. An example of a zero-player game is something like Conway's Game of Life, if you're familiar, Joe Cross. It's basically you can look it up to get a better idea of it, but you sort of set a bunch of pixels on a screen, and then there's rules of which pixels live, quote unquote, and die, and over time it evolves the shape. That's the best I can do as a simple explanation. It's pretty easy to understand and get a feel for if you just look it up and go on a website where it exists. Hi, Shimei. I don't think there's anything I want to get from him, but you never know. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay. Okay. So the complexity of a two-player game starts to ramp up exponentially. You get it's not just about how well can I master the environment, it's how well can I master the environment relative to how you have mastered the environment. And so it's the other thing that kind of comes into play with that. Let me try and not get knocked off an edge here. Okay. Can I get a backstab? No. Can I not fall off the edge? Well. Looks like I'm gonna have to do another humanity to get Mildred. Hooray! I haven't fought those guys on that bridge in a long time, so that's what I'm blaming it on. Okay. Nailed it. Alright. So it's not just about the way that you're engaging with the environment. There's also the element of theory of mind that comes into play. I'm not just using the things that are available to me, I'm also trying to actively predict the way that you are trying to use the elements in the environment to your advantage, and then through that understanding and prediction, how do I then anticipate your actions and circumvent them or prevent them or react to them, right? Like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on with that. Hang on. I don't want to die to these guys again. Can I get a backstab? I can get a backstab! Hooray! Does that kill? Yes, cool. I was going to have to put it on the Hornet ring otherwise.
Hornet?
Hornet. Not like that. Although I do want to play... I do want to play Hollow Knight at some point.
Again?
On stream. Wait, that didn't kill?
Beginning?
Oh, I guess I wasn't two-handing. What's that?
From the beginning?
Yeah, probably.
Are you gonna struggle again with that one boss?
Hopefully not. Hopefully I know better than to try and struggle against it without getting the right charms. Uh-huh. Zero-player open world and Fractals in between, sort of. Oh gosh, there's a toxic guy over there. Blighttown is so much fun, as I'm sure Slack can attest. There we go. So he's dead at least. Okay. Let's just back up and drink something real quick. Okay, he's dead. So that jump attack, they can really mess you up with if you get hit by it. clever man would put the poison into his own goblet, because he would know that only a great fool would reach for what he is given. But I am not a great fool, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of you. But you must have known that I was not a great fool. You would have counted on it, so I can clearly not choose the wine in front of me. That is absolutely standard two-player gaming. Although, it's interesting, right? Because it doesn't end up being quite so simplistic as that. There's sorts of, oh gosh, there's so many things that I learned from playing League of Legends that I really want to share, and I have to figure out how to put them both into a more comprehensible way of speaking, to people who haven't played and are not familiar with it, and then also how do I say things that I have not heard said better by other people and just point to them. But yeah. So yeah, and the interesting thing about that too is that there seems to be this sort of transition between the mentality of the player being single player versus being two player. So you start out just observing, right? You start out watching your parents, watching other people play, and then over time you start to engage with and interact with the environment, and then you start to develop that theory of mind for other people, and then you start to engage with things not just as a single player game, but as a two player game. And so you can kind of see that too with the elo progression of different people within a game. If you have somebody who's really low elo, generally speaking, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be interacting with the game almost as though it were a single player game, and that the enemy champion in the terms of League of Legends is just another minion, right? You're not actually thinking of them as a thinking, feeling human being. You're just seeing them as another tool or another obstacle to use or overcome. But over time, you can start to develop... do I take this bonfire? I think I do. And then I want to level up a little bit too. Let's see. Do we want to just go strength build? Kind of want to go strength build. Yeah, we'll just level it up. In case we lose the souls, because that would be very unfortunate. Okay. So in order for people to start to increase their elo, they have to actually... Oh gosh, I rushed in because my brain said that they were all dead because I killed them, even though that was not the case. Okay. And I'm dead anyway. It's a good thing I spent all those souls, huh? Make sure that if I do lose a bloodstain, that I'm not completely boned. So yeah. And then within that sort of ELO context and framework, it becomes very easy to tell when somebody is... Well, and actually, I take that back, because especially since we've been developing different AIs... Am I actually going to die again? Okay, I'm really glad that I did spend those souls. That was really dumb. I should probably put a little bit more focus into the game and a little bit less into what I'm talking about. What? Alright. Because if you have somebody who's just spamming commands, they're not going to be able to beat somebody who has even a basic understanding, not just of the game, but of like how to play the game, of what the right ways of handling themselves within the game's context are. And then the last thing I want to... Because I already kind of talked about exapting this model onto life more generally. And I'm toxic. Frack.
Toxic.
No, not like that.
Oh no.
Stop.
Oh god, what a surprise.
Can I get this out fast enough? There we go. Probably should have gotten that out before, since I am in Blighttown. Just for those who aren't familiar, there are guys who will blow darts at you from afar down in Blighttown, and they will afflict you with a damage over time effect called Toxic. And the only way to cure Toxic is with blooming purple moss clumps. So that was what I was panicking to do, was to try and get one of those out of my inventory to where I could use it, and then quickly shove it in my face. So, anyway, moving on. But yeah, I already kind of talked about exapting that sort of single or 0 to 2 player progression within the context of your own life. But I think that another important thing that I'm not really quite sure how this extension works, because like you have 3-player games in the sense that they're a multiplayer game, but that's not quite how I'm using this sort of fractal dimension idea. So I don't, and there's kind of like a hash collision there where I'm not trying to talk about 3-player games in the sense of games being played by 3 players. What I think I'm talking about, and I'm not 100% sure about this, and I'm definitely open to criticism or suggestion, is this idea that there are games in which you as the player become a co-creator. And I think that that's the right understanding. The guy damaged me because his dead body fell on top of me.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little offended. I should be? Okay. Do I want to try and kill this here? I do. Can I hit its mandibles or whatever the heck here? Okay. Oh, I'm getting shot. Where from? Where am I getting shot from? Below? Oh, there. Oh, well. We have other things to deal with first, I think. I hear a howling ogre, or whatever the heck they're called. Come on, you. Come on. As I try not to... Oh, and he jumped off the edge for me. Perfect. Okay. Now where is the toxic dart man? I don't know if it's coming across on stream, but there's a line of white dots right across the top of my head. I wonder where he could be. Frickin' turds. Oh, can't go that way. Where... How can I get there? Can I get there? Maybe I don't worry about it for now. I do want to get power within, so I do want to kill that critter. But I don't know... I think I have to go up first and then over. And I don't think I can get up from here. Let me see if I can figure that out. But yeah, to kind of put a bow on that, and then if people want to hop in with me, we can chat about what I've been talking about, or chat about something else, whatever you want to. I think that there is a sort of like 3-player game in the same sort of a sense there, where the player becomes co-creator with the developer, and with the other players too. The games that kind of come to mind with that are EVE Online, or the game that comes to mind with that is EVE Online, where the economy and the storylines are entirely player-driven. So you have this idea where rather than having the developers force everything like you typically get in a lot of MMOs, we're going to have the player economy. It's still based in the game mechanics, but it's not completely constrained by them. Like the actual wants, needs, and desires of the players themselves play a very significant role in determining the circumstances of the environment. And with that, so I posted it in the description. I'll post it again here in the chat. I had this Discord server a while back for voice comms with people on League of Legends, and my wife helped me retool it to be a place for people to come in and be able to jump in voice chat where I can prevent bad things from happening on stream if I need to. So, if you want to chat, that the link there is to the Discord server. I'm not really planning on making it into anything more than just a place for people to do voice comms that I have control over. So, don't feel any obligation in that way. But yeah. So I'll leave that up. And I wonder, Slack, what bad things could possibly happen? Well, I mean, they could see your screenshot of shame showing that you have at least 2 idle games running in the background as you're watching stream. So, there's always that. Do I have any other notes that I wanted to talk through? I think that was everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, and then just it seems like everybody in TLC is pretty much already at a 2-player game, and I think that that's a big part of what we're trying to do. Is we're trying to figure out how to, in a scalable, sustainable way, create these sorts of co-created by the players and like acknowledging the function of the developer as a player and then engaging in it's the conch. It's not a couch. Magic conch. It's like a talking stick. If you're not holding the conch, then you don't get to talk. But if you come on, you can talk. It's just my wife's funny sense of humor. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is he still alive? I haven't heard the darts as much, but I also don't want to just, get boned randomly. We'll see. Alright, I'm going to try and bait out a stomp.
Oh no, the magic couch sounds so much worse.
Yes, it does.
I'm not changing it.
I know. Also, Grizz is just a master at word association games, so of course he's going to find the worst way of interpreting it.
That is. It's alright, though.
I mean, he's also the one who was talking about, or was poking fun about the gaping dragon.
Oops.
Yeah.
You know what?
Honestly, that's just a terrible name.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's part of what we're trying to do here, at least, is awakening ourselves and other people to the possibility of co-creating the game, and that is sort of like the next level up from a 2-player game. But like I said, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm kind of trying to apply an exacted pattern and then work on it from there and see what kind of makes sense as that pattern gets exacted beyond its current limitations. Or extrapolated more than exacted. The extrapolation of the exactation. There we go. Alright. We have power within. We're going to continue down, down, down. I think this...
Fire.
Down, down, down in a burning ring of fire.
Should probably stop eating,
Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Okay.
I don't think Chipotle.
Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell spice packets with no food, just the spice packets by themselves.
Spice packets
Yeah.
Directly into your bloodstream.
Directly. Oh my gosh. Just mainlining hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It burns in more ways than one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe don't do that though. Just saying.
Just cancel your subscription
To life. Unsubscribe.
Unsubscribe.
I am done.
Click that
No, thank you.
unsubscribe button.
And it looks like we're actually making good progress. I should be able to kill Quelaag today. Time to die to the elevator boss. I've gotten pretty good about that. I am gonna apparently wear some bugs as a skin suit. That should be fun.
It's a bug.
It's a bug.
It's a bug.
What are you, Apollo?
It's a bug.
Or do you want a pistache?
I'm not wearing the thing.
You're not wearing what? Oh, the... So my wife has a scrunchie that has bells in it. And when my brother was visiting, I don't know who here has seen it, but there's a guy and a gal who have trained their parrot to be very intelligent and capable of identifying a whole bunch of different colors, materials, objects, relations. And his name is Apollo. And he loves pistachios. And one of the best ways to train a bird like that is to offer it lots of its favorite treat in order to... Okay, can I please get through here? Thank you. Offer it lots of its favorite treat, so that way it wants to participate and it wants to seek out that reward, right? And so you have Apollo want to earn a pistache, and then he vigorously nods his head. And so my wife, wearing this scrunchie with a bell in it, pretended to be Apollo and nodded vigorously, and the bell just jingled. And I don't know why it was as funny as it was, but it was just one of those like unexpected things where it was like, oh my gosh. Apollo pistachio.
Your brother looked like he's gonna freaking lose it.
Yeah.
But he like didn't want to be rude about it for some reason.
Well, and as I'm telling the story about this, it's like, this sounds so much more stupid without like...
It was stupid humor.
It was stupid humor,
It was
but it like sounds even more stupid when I'm trying to make a story
like,
out of it.
You know, like the game, you know, I don't want to plug them, but, you know, they have stupid humor. You ask me constantly why I find them hilarious, and it's like, it's because it's stupid humor.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking parrots. Excuse me. Howdy, Ron. Good to see you. He says hi to Mrs. Co-Pilotson as well.
Hello. You say howdy, Ron, the same way as, I don't know if you've seen that video, but it's like in a gas station.
Oh, yeah. The guy falling through the ceiling.
And like there's a guy who falls through the ceiling. He's like, howdy, Ron. He's like, hey, Jim. And it's real chill.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just that kind of day.
Okay. So what we're doing right now is we are... well, I forget where the trigger location is. I think if I just run this way, she'll come in. There we go. So there is a Dark Spirit Maneater Mildred, who is an NPC Dark Spirit. It's not an actual player invasion. And if I kill her in this fight here, then I can summon her for Quelaag, which is really helpful. Okay, that's annoying. Can I just kill her outright?
Oh, she's red.
Yeah, she is, because she's invading.
Oh.
And I killed her, because she's kind of weak, actually.
Oops.
Oh, you guys are welcome to come on now if you want to. And then, kindling... So you have to kill Pinwheel first, who's down in the catacombs. But once you do kindle the bonfire, it increases the number of Estus charges that you have after resting.
Are you guys multiplayering?
Well, it's not multiplayering. It's gonna be somebody's just gonna come on and chat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
You can't really multiplayer with Dark Souls 1. I'm pretty sure that if you do, and actually, if anybody like Slack, if you want to predict which boss I'm going to be going to, or like watch the stream and tell where I'm going to be. I think we're probably on the same server, so if I'm going to a summoning sign and you happen to drop a white soapstone mark there, I could probably do a boss with you if you want to try to do that.
Praise the sun.
Praise the sun. Good old Sunny D.
Sunny D's.
So I'm pretty much done with my philosophical practical lesson run, but the idea for today was that there's a mathematical concept called fractal dimensions, where you have things like something called a Sierpinski gasket, which is a triangle with a bunch of triangles recursively inscribed inside of it. And because it's more than just a line, but it's less than a fully filled in area. So like a line would be a single dimensional object, and a filled in area would be a multi-dimensional, like a two-dimensional object. So it's somewhere in between the two. And there's actually a way of calculating the specific number for well-defined fractals. And then, okay, let me just do this real quick. Where is there? Purple moss clump. Cool. Eat that. Drink Estus. And we're still unhollowed, so we're going to go and we are going to summon Mildred. And then we're going to kill Quelaag. But yeah, the concept was taking that sort of fractal dimensionality from mathematics and exapting it onto like 1 and 2 player games, or 0, 1 and 2 player games, and then trying to extrapolate that idea out to a 3 player game. Not in the sense of like a multiplayer game. Oh, Ron is here. Can you say hello? Or hang on. Do you have rolls? Did my wife give you rolls? Yes, she did. Cool. I don't hear you though. Oh,
Hello.
there we go. How's it going, Ron?
Hello, sir. Pretty good, dude.
Did you hear that whole explanation?
Yeah, and yeah, quite. Some of it flooded over me
Okay.
because it sounded like a fractal kind of a
Nerd
thing.
talk.
Yeah, no, that's good. I like it. Give it to me one more time. Just baby steps.
Okay.
I
So, in math, you have these sorts of like fractal dimensions. So,
Right.
you like a zero-dimensional object is a point, a one-dimensional object is a line, a two-dimensional object is an area, a three-dimensional
Right.
object is a cube, etc., etc. Not necessarily a cube, but it fills up a volume.
Right.
So there's fractals, which are... Hang on, I gotta focus up a little bit so I don't just die. Okay. Draw her aggro.
So you're killing things as we speak, right?
Yes. I have the stream
Okay.
open on... Oh, gosh. Okay, let's try not to die.
Yeah.
I have the
Try
stream
not to
open on
die.
Discord as well so that you can watch without delay. Oh, Grizz is here too. Howdy, Grizz. And try not to get hit. Cool.
Try not to
It's
die.
a spider butt lady.
It is Spider Butt Lady. And I was not paying attention for that.
You died to spider butt lady.
I did die to Spider Butt Lady. So, yeah, the mathematical concept of a fractal dimension is that you have... or do you know what a Sierpinski gasket is? Does that...
No.
Okay. So if you draw an upright triangle, then you can draw a down-pointing triangle inside of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that again. I can draw 3 more down-pointing triangles in each of the new upright pointing triangles, right?
Okay.
If I keep doing that over and over and over again until I've done it an infinite number of times, that's called a Sierpinski gasket.
Okay.
So
So
why do you Sapirski gasket the star, David? That sounds messed up.
why are you like this, Chris? I was just using that because it's one of the
He
best
has to
simple
be.
examples of a. Oh gosh.
I got it. Nope, we got it. We're good. I'm tracking. I pulled it up on Wikipedia too.
Yep, it's a recursive triforce. There you go.
Okay.
Slack's got the idea. Okay, did I actually unhollow myself? No, I did not. Let's go fix that. At least now I'm paying attention to that. And I.
Why you go hollow all the time when the saying's "Don't you dare go hollow"?
Because okay, so there's the hollowing that happens as a consequence of death, but then the true hollowing, like the pinkies that I've been killing a bunch of upstairs. So the lore, or like the in-game lore of those, is that those are all players, are all other chosen undead that decided to stop trying to live and be conscious beings. So that's what really going hollow means, is that you stop trying to be a thinking, feeling, conscious being.
What a poignant message to the Hikikomori.
Yes. Which I'm guessing there probably have been other people who have used that as sort of a tagline, but I haven't heard too many of them enough for it to feel too cringy for me. So good luck to Foxman finding a proper outro phrase. Cause what was it? That's just a theory. A game theory was the one that he used today, I think, or yesterday. But yeah. So
In other news, the Velvet Leprechaun lady won 4th place at the poker tournament and millions of dollars.
Leprechaun Lady?
The Velvet Leprechaun. She's
Velvet
a
Leprechaun.
Liv Bory. She did that Fancy Pants Mammon video, I think.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing, Ron?
All right. Now I'm looking for the velvet. I'm looking for the leprechaun later lady.
Her name is Livboeree. And she got that name when she went on Lex Friedman.
Oh. Okay. Got it.
It was the same time Jordan Peterson came out with his lefty friend get excoriated about the tweets. And he told his dream about Peterson in a velvet suit.
There we go. Dodge that.
Funny thing is, when you look for her, you also get dogs playing poker.
That's terribly
pretty-
insulting. I think she's fairly attractive.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm not saying that. No, she's pretty, but I'm just saying.
Pretty barren.
Wow.
Ouch! Ouch!
Should dust those eggs off.
It's like when Pastor Paul's in a live stream chat instead of on his show. That's when he starts talking about hookers and blood.
When he doesn't have to suffer the consequences of somebody else's stream ban. There we go. Only 2 tries on that one. Huzzah!
Couldn't have done it without Mildred and Manny.
Mm-hmm. Could have, but it would have been significantly more annoying.
You're not looking at her, but she's nodding vigorously.
Mm-hmm. And there's a bell in her hair, and it's jingling. That's what
Let's
we in
make
the industry
Christmas
call a
episode.
callback. What's that?
We in the industry. See, that's the thing.
There is no
They're all
industry?
talking like this fractal game playing. I'm like, oh, so you're gonna just do Larvgate like it was your idea? But
No. It's your idea. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to actually do it. That's the thing. Like,
How to explain LARPgate to normies?
Oh, thank you. I was
We
about to
need
put
it.
that down in the comments.
We need a player's handbook. It's the way. I know that's the way.
I don't know if you can actually encapsulate it fully. Yeah, and we do want you to
No, you
define
don't
LARPgate for us.
encapsulate.
I think I understand it, but I also don't know if you've ever written it out fully anywhere that I can think of.
Sounds
Have
like
you?
Watergate, except with LARPing.
No, no, no. It's something else. Or should I give it a shot
Yeah.
first?
No, no. I wanna see what you think after you know what it's supposed to be.
Okay. So
Uh,
it's based largely out of your understanding of that Pokemon Go predecessor that was created by some ex-CIA dude, where he was
no,
basically no.
no. That's my. When you make a character, like for the Dark Sun game, I play actively.
Okay.
You
Sorry.
get to choose a character background.
Mm-hmm.
Like mine's like some kind of psionic aristocrat badass.
Okay.
And that's like just what you were before you became a player character. Like what your character was up to.
Okay.
And the whole Ingress plot line is that for General Griswold Gaia script.
Okay.
That's the but the thing of it is essentially is anything that's unfalsifiable. And I think there's another requirement I'm not remembering. Is valid
Mm-hmm.
LARP for to answer the question, what else are you?
Okay.
But as far as the player's handbook goes, I think things like reaping and looming and whatnot are character classes.
Mm-hmm.
Like whoever can do a Discord bot on a server is like the engineer.
Okay.
It's like the Haley and but yeah, so that's I don't know. Does that help anybody?
I think that helps a little bit. So what? Okay. Let's. What do you see my chosen class as?
Chosen.
Like, okay, or okay. Is this kind of like a wand chooses the wizard sort of a thing as well? Where it's not just I'm choosing my class, but also that there's a certain level of. I don't even
You
know.
know, it's weird because like people that are playing the game are gonna be playing it without recognizing they're playing it. Like
Yeah.
that Harley Steelbender kid, right? Whatever angles he's playing,
Mhm.
there's no he's not playing every show on YouTube is kind of a ship
Mhm.
game, right? But there's giant cruise boats that are playing the game without playing the game. It's just the difference is on one side of the LARP gate you see like the mechanics of the game and climb up on the fourth wall or join the crew of people surfing the top of it.
Well, you can also, because the thing that calls to mind for me, if you're on like an aircraft carrier or a cruise ship, you can pretty much ignore the fact that you are in a boat on the ocean unless it starts to actually intrude upon your perceptions of that reality by going through heavy surf or something like that. And so it's almost like you're choosing to be on a smaller craft and choosing to actively like be a sailor rather than just being a passenger on someone else's cruise ship. Does that make sense?
Does it not make sense?
Well,
Does it make sense, Ron?
I'm soaking it in. I think what I'm hearing, almost like, do you want to stay in the Matrix or not? You have a perception of reality where the steak is good and juicy, or you can go
Oh,
eat
Neil's here.
baby food in reality. Is Neil here?
Yeah, he just popped in.
I didn't.
Okay, it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
imagine, if you will, fog coming over a geographical location that you're in, except it's a permanent fog and it's made of the internet,
Hmm.
and it becomes it's almost like the way they used to tell us climbing up your silver cord to the astral plane works.
Right. Okay.
Except it's not the astral plane, it's the digital plane. And so while you can be a Walmart robot in your physicality,
Right.
on the astral plane, you can be all sorts of things. And,
Right.
and the way that this Imaginarium playground is now interfacing with material reality, and as that's come to pass over the last 30 years, is
Oh.
and now what? We're in the now what situation, and all the crumbling of the institutions and stuff, and that's the collaborative sense making. And if we gamify the collaborative sense making, it's a language people my generation and later grew up. They're used to being a new guy in a weird environment and learning to control.
So, Neil.
Oh, Neil's here. Hey.
Yo, sorry. Let me put on headphones.
I was about to say you got a little bit of an echo.
Yeah. Hold on. Discord doesn't do noise cancellation all that well. Sorry. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yep.
No, you should see the giant ear holes I'm wearing.
So I have a question for: can there be? Well, and I'll just put it. I'll put it in my own words. Then it sounds like you're dealing with
Moment of
spirits
silence.
and.
The Firekeeper's dead. Ah. So
Damn.
sad.
I should.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to point that
No,
out.
no,
before
you're
I move
fine. I got to turn back on the video. I'm watching you run around.
on. Wee.
So would it be fair to say? Would it be spirits and principalities, and then just to put it in different language, it sounds similar. Like I don't know if you can map it that way. And you have and the percept, and we're the prize that the tug of war is fighting over, and it's
All right. Well, in
our-
terms of powers and principalities,
Mhm.
there are things that feed off of human attention. We call them platforms, and
Okay.
and the LARP gate is half-ass Morpheus when it comes to that angle.
So Morpheus, the LARP gate is a positive, a net positive.
Well, I haven't seen a
Is
whole
it-
bunch of evil people start streaming through and abusing it, so I don't know what the net is going to be. But
Oh, no, okay. That's interesting.
It seems like it's a worse outcome
Okay.
though if there's no game being played. I don't know how to articulate that better, but there's a very deep intuition I have that that's the case.
So I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm learning because I kind of understood what you were saying before. That was sinking in. It made sense, and I can agree with it. But if there's something wants our attention. I mean, something's always going to want our attention, or else we're just made to give our attention to something. But aside from that, getting back to LARP.
oh my god, it's a giant snake-headed monster man!
And I got killed. I was trying to
Giant
parry.
snake-headed monster man killed Afriel. I'm sorry, Ron. I was distracted by a giant snake-headed monster man.
He died. Is that the brother of Spider Butt Lady? You know,
Nah, I
You
think
do
they're a
the
different
man.
race of
You
people.
do the giant-headed monster man. You do the man.
oh Lord.
It's an oldie but a
Won't
goodie.
you buy me
Oh, I
a
should probably spend some of those
Mercedes?
souls. Let's do that first.
My friends all have Porsches. I must make a man.
Yep. I
I
want to
really
get some
wish-
coconuts and like
Hmm?
do some Monty Python, like the horses sounds when you're running.
Clop, 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 clop.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And then I can run, yell, English, yell, run away.
Run away! That rabbit's
That's it.
dynamite.
It's
This is where the horrible snake man kills Afe.
Hopefully not
Right?
again.
Where's he at?
I have struggled through Sen's Fortress for so many hours that it's really embarrassing that I actually got killed right on the fourth
That's
steps of it.
Sen?
Sen's Fortress.
So this is just the gate guard, not
Yes.
even him.
No. I don't think you actually meet Sen at any point. I think he's just an apocryphal figure, like a lot of other characters in the...
You're an
Oh my
apocryphal
lord!
figure.
I have never seen that happen before. Holy
What?
crap.
He
What
had
did you
my
see?
rats.
He just
$10
jumped from the
worth.
corner all the way up there and like just slammed down on me. That's really rude.
you died.
I died
Sorry.
again. It's okay. You get used to it.
The important thing is the people out there on the YouTube watching can make a clip of that and then do a collage of after I died, because those are the best.
I died so hard and
jumped
died
so
so far, but in the end it
doesn't
didn't
even
even matter.
In the end, you still
I
forgot
got
the fun stuff.
respawned inside Grimm's mom. Sorry.
What?
I-
What?
The fun part is
That's
that I
it.
can sing along and it will be heard properly for the people on the stream, but it probably sounds horribly out of alignment for everybody else in the call.
So they can't hear us.
Well, no, they can hear you. It's just that,
Hear us.
yeah, they can hear you. Of course they can.
I didn't know. I didn't know it was on Discord. I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah,
You can pipe it into YouTube as
Yeah.
you're playing.
yeah. I have it pipe into OBS and then OBS to YouTube.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Where's your Kofi link?
I
You
have
got
not
the
set one
Kofi
up yet.
browser thing?
I know LARP
That was
hard grift harder.
amazing.
It's one of those mental hang-ups that I'm still trying to get over.
What are you hung up about?
That I don't feel like what I'm doing is valuable enough to warrant compensation.
Oh, you know what? No, if you talk, if like the video
Uh-huh.
is, it's actually an enjoyable distraction, and maybe even helps facilitate the conversation. It reminds me of mystery. What was that? Science theater, science mystery theater, or when they would
Mystery
talk.
Science Theater 3000.
That's
All
it.
he needs is the
That's
right overlay, right? When we be there.
And what? All right, I got an idea. So you play your game and you paste heads of John Vervaeke and PVK and Chad Neal and you just pop the heads in conjunction with it, and then it becomes a legitimate TLC philosophical moment, and you can and then you can start, just start doing the grift.
Okay.
I think it's,
Disclaimer. TLC does not have legitimate philosophical moments.
sorry.
We're purely illegitimate philosophers.
Yes. All right. Well,
How are we illegitimate? That's for you to decide.
I like how the stuff glows. When I was raised on Palm, we didn't have that. You got glowy things. I can't watch it too much.
Yeah, the aesthetic pleasement has grown by leaps and bounds.
exactly.
Although the fun thing is that a lot of games have been sacrificing graphical fidelity because, well, for various reasons, but gameplay has been a lot more heavily emphasized. Oh my goodness, Kelly, you are quite the whiny pup tonight. What's the matter?
You haven't taken me for a walk, and I have to pee, and Chad's doing the premiere we're missing.
Oh, is he? What's the premiere of? Decide if we want to hop
A
on.
manifesto. A manifesto.
A manifest.
And he's manifesting.
Well, is it a premiere or a live stream? That's the real question.
No, it's a premiere.
Okay.
Yeah, he waited for me to end.
Okay. I feel a little bit less bad stepping on that then.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
We need like a TV guy.
I have to apologize to Grim for my former remark, although I thought it was funny, but I do apologize.
What, the illegitimate philosophers or what?
Something about a respawn.
Yeah, we won't cover that one again. Alright, wait for the block. Okay. And then go kill this guy. Bonk. Alright, where were we? You're talking about philosophical legitimacy.
Yeah. We're talking triangles and we're talking, what was it, Powers
Oh, yeah.
Principality and LARP Gate and what is a LARP Gate and attention. Oh, okay, yeah, it was because I always thought LARP Gate was like a slam on something, like slamming on LARPing. I always thought it sounded like Watergate, like something shady was going on. But the way Grim was talking, it was.
Yeah, no, LARPing
So
is
there's
seen as something relatively positive within that framework, if I'm understanding correctly.
For what? What framework?
Like LARPgate, like what the idea that's being presented there is.
Yeah, that's what got me. Yeah, and I didn't know it was positive, and that's what I'm trying to understand.
Oh, who wants to have either? Oh, looks like Grizz hopped out. Neil, do you know, or have you watched Freerun at all?
Have I watched what?
Freerun Beyond Journey's End. It's a relatively new anime.
No.
Do you know what a mimic is?
Is it kind of like the thing that hops out of the wardrobe of Harry Potter and a Bogart? Humphrey?
It's something that's a chest that has teeth that eats you.
Oh, they're like you're getting eaten right now.
That chest that eats you idea is from Discworld. Terry Pratchett.
Mm-hmm.
That's where that's from originally.
Oh, really? Oh, I remember that. That was okay. That was when yeah. All right. Huh. I remember that moment.
Let's discuss. Discuss. I apologize, Grim.
I mean, he's.
For what?
Oh wait, he popped back up in. Okay.
That's a mimic.
You are redeemed.
That is a mimic. That was a mimic. I was in the mimic, and then I was no longer in the mimic.
Illustrations they did.
Say again?
It was in the monster manual, and one of the illustrations, like of the monsters they bothered to illustrate. That chest that just ate you was one that's got its own picture.
Yeah.
You ever read the Discworld series, Grim?
I didn't
Terry
think
Pratchett?
it was Pratchettable. I have not.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Holy crap, he did that jump attack again.
Are you still with the Snake Men's?
Yeah, Sen's Fortress takes a minute.
Is there a game you're good at you could play while we
Wow.
talk?
Wow. Rude.
Oh, I love it.
Actually, now I want to see you play Dark Souls, Grizz.
Solitaire.
Like, play it fresh. Play it without having any experience with it, and see what it's like.
To be slaughtered over and over again.
Are you playing with a keyboard or a controller?
Controller. This game's unplayable with a keyboard.
I'm a keyboard game guy. Apparently, we're going to do something with Grail Country when the next Civilization comes out.
Ooh. I would be willing to buy it just for that. I don't know why I bothered doing that. Shotel's not that good of a sword.
I think that in today's society, if you have if you're bringing up a child, there's like a series. The Sid Meier games, in general, are worth making them play.
Yep.
Just because they're, I don't know,
They teach
they
you a
warp
lot.
your perspective of the world.
Yeah. Although I will say, Europa Universalis 4 is much better from the perspective of really teaching the actual geopolitical game that gets played. But Civ does an okay job of it, so I'm willing to compromise.
Well, there's age levels.
There is. That's like uber turbo autism. Civ is a little bit more accessible for normies, so.
Well, we'll see what 7's like. 5's my favorite. Or I think 5 is my favorite.
But yeah.
Jen's it's 10:30 or 10:40, and I get up crazy early, even on the weekend.
All right, give
No,
us
I
some
don't want
quick. Give us some solstice woo
Yeah.
before you go.
Solstice Woot.
Solstice
Oh,
Week.
yeah, Solstice Woot. Man, I have performance anxiety right now. I don't Solstice Woo.
Solstice butt and watch him go.
Okay. Help me, Neil.
You like
Keep singing.
solstices better than equinoxes?
It depends. It depends. If on my mood. I think solstice, I understand. Equinox, that's solstice is like Stonehenge. Like summer solstice, winter, you always think of the stones and druids, and equinox
No.
is
But weren't you part of cults, New Age cults?
oh yeah, I really was. No, quite a bit. Zen Buddhism for 20 years, and I was into New Age when it wasn't hip, when these guys were just learning how to make money from it.
I mean,
It
that's
was-
why this New Age bullshit is why the solstice is important to me.
Well, yeah, that's when you can make a lot of money, and that's when it's like Christmas for pagans. That's just it. And if you can find a nice little pile of geodes, you can make some. I was selling rocks before it was cool. I just liked rocks because I liked them.
And then it turns out they have magical powers, or at least you can convince people that they do.
Oh, wait a second. I am not kidding you. Right when I was getting out of the hippie world, some people, crystals were kind of becoming a thing, but really not too mystical woo-woo stuff. It was like some of it, and some of my, I won't say friends, but just some stoners I knew would just go up to these tables and start acting like they were getting affected, and I think they made the market just by screwing around. And
But like Jesus,
what's that?
you like that Jesus guy?
Oh, you think he was just screwing around and then it caught on?
No. Don't jump to what I am saying.
Okay.
So what you're saying is,
I'm just verifying that you trust that you like that as a source of material,
No,
right?
it wasn't us. It was a moment I saw. It was
Okay,
just,
no, play with me. You like
Okay.
Jesus? You're a fan?
Yeah.
Christ is Lord.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, he says if you have but the faith of a mustard seed, you can
Yeah.
move a mountain, right?
Okay.
So if you have faith that crystal can make things better for you,
Oh, yes.
that works
You're
the same
absolutely-
way. It's a
You are
permission
correct.
slip.
You know what? You're absolutely right, because full disclosure, before I got on board with the whole Jesus trip, there was a moment where I was at a music festival and I was doing some cooking and my thumb actually got caught in a drawer. Not bad,
Okay.
but my point is this. There was a moment of faith where I told it to go and it worked, and it freaked me out. So yes, you are correct. It's faith. Oh, that's a good point. If you have faith in an object, you can do stuff. You are correct, sir.
At least to we have science that will admit the placebo effect, which is
Right.
I don't know, 10%. So At least
Right.
that much, right?
Right.
Well, and are there certain things that allow that to be more powerful than others for some
Yes.
reason? Yeah.
Uh, and if I may interrupt quickly, I'd say it's your practice in that faith as you give attention to it. Eventually, you and I'll use my own words is either you magnetize yourself to it or it becomes attracted to you. It's not quick and easy, but eventually, I think if you call on whatever deity or point of faith, eventually something shows up. So, and that's what I've seen, whether it's Buddhism, Islam, or Christianity, including New Age, quite a bit.
But the character of that
But
thing changes significantly depending on the method of calling. Is that the idea?
yeah, well, it's a zip code. Everything has an end, and all of it seems to function by faith. And so it's does that make sense? What I'm saying is you're because you asked a good question, and I lost my train of thought when I was talking. It's what was your question again? Because it was a good one. Or your comment,
Chris's or my comment?
yours and Chris's. But yours
I've
is
also lost my train of thought.
well. But Grit, you're
How
right. I mean,
did Up say that about the Indigo Cave?
Yeah.
oops.
The telepathy.
But yeah,
thing,
you're right.
yeah. Oh, that's right. Do certain objects have more of a capacity for that sort of what's the word?
Power.
No,
Or grit?
well, the placebo, but like
Uh-huh.
placebo effect is what I was going for. But like, is there stuff that is more capable of utilizing that? Like, if I were to do placebo effect plus drugs that actually have like biological significance, like there's a story that I can tell about
Yeah.
the biochemistry of certain compounds, right? Is there something like that that exists for something like crystals, where there's like a story about crystals that makes that all make more sense?
Yeah, like this. I don't know. Like they say, amethyst will do this and that, and the other one does
Yeah.
this and that. But there's no good source for, no good backstory for why.
Yeah.
For any.
I
of
need
those.
a more regular source of calcium if you have any ideas.
If you take a one a day and pray, you can, or milk. Milk has calcium.
Yeah, I'm starting a second
Oh,
glass
yeah.
of milk a day. My stomach is contemplating that change.
Was that was that for
I
real?
No,
Okay.
sorry.
Oh, that would have been so
wasn't-
good.
Sorry. I mean, no, I wouldn't do that.
No, don't apologize. Don't apologize
Yeah.
for art.
Okay, so, because your question is good because I wonder if you're in Egypt, it would be Ra or whatever, or back in a couple thousand years ago, it would have been Moloch, or who else were they sacrificing kids to? I think you have to. I'm treading on thin ice here. I think you have to know the god before it shows up. But I think in rare cases, it shows up and just says, "Hi, I'm Ganesh or whoever," and then you just have, you get your download of whatever it wants to give you, its doctrine, and then you just go set up your church, and it might have some sort of power in it to manifest. But I wonder. I think in New Age, it's all it's an agreed. It's like, hey guys, let's have amethyst as healing. Okay, and then the more people you have in agreement with that, I think that's what in some way gives it more power. And I am kind of guessing here.
Does that power exist independent of the agreement or purely because of the agreement?
I'm gonna say because of the agreement, but I could be wrong.
Because then, are there these like pre-existing agreements that we are unaware of that cause the sorts of physical effects that we observe from most things typically?
Prenuptial agreements.
Oh Lord, don't you dare marry her. I think prenups are like just the red light to any marriage. Sorry, serious rabbit trail.
I'm not gonna disagree, but yeah.
Neil, you're thinky talky. What do you think?
Well,
Where am I?
I think you're winning the argument through attrition. You're just wearing them down, Ron.
You mean it's like Homer Simpson in the boxing ring when he's just getting punched and the other guy's just getting tired? Like Homer doesn't hit back, he just is like
Just
'cause I
taking the
think it
punches.
No, it's more like you're just so darn likable. And yeah, I'm serious.
Oh well, I appreciate it and I don't like that. So I don't
Then
I
stop
wanna
being so
win.
likable, Ron. Gosh, what's wrong with you?
Dang it, Jim. Damn it, Jim.
Start cursing more. There you go.
I
Oh,
can't
did
do
I
that.
really just?
Start some Catholic stuff.
Oh my
Mary,
gosh! How
did you know that your baby boy? Mhm. I gotta practice for Christmas Eve. Let's do it.
Oh, what are you doing for Christmas?
Did you know that your baby boy?
Well, in Neil's case, singing apparently.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
think Neil should be in a movie. He's like the young mafia overlord's son. Like he's got the hair for like the Sopranos. He'd be like
All
the
right,
philosophical.
here's another
Like
one.
this.
I
This
have
is a
traveled many moonless nights,
And then he
cold
comes
and
up.
weary, with a babe inside. Yeah, I'm pregnant. And I wonder what I've done.
He died.
I died. That's what happened. What I've
Holy
done.
Father, you
Wow.
have
Who gave
come
Neil sugar?
and chosen
Is
me
somebody give him a
now
pixie stick?
to carry your son.
We're gonna have to give
You
him.
haven't heard that song? It's called Breath of Heaven.
Mm.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I can't sing it.
That's the one thing that is really frustrating about like TLC space or just online stuff in general is that it's really hard to do music together just because of the latency issues.
Speak for yourself. I have AT&T fiber gigabit internet, and I get 10%. Thank you.
But even with like a 1 millisecond delay, which is infeasible on modern internet infrastructures, like you can't.
You're just
do
complaining
singing.
about the laws of physics. I have no tolerance for your complaining about the laws of physics.
Yes, these are the digital laws of physics, the laws of digital physics, the metaphysical communications on the information layer. Brought to you by. What branding would you like to play, Ev?
Who's paying me the most?
That's a branding?
Well, no, you
Everyone
run the
likes the
branding
smell
or the
of his own
advertising for
brand
whoever pays you the
thing.
most, you know? Although I do need to figure out, like, either getting branding or making branding or something.
I've just decided to stream the innards of your Discord, sir.
Okay.
So, I can give the branding to those people.
Okay. I mean, there's not much on it yet, so, you know. Or,
Oh,
I don't even know
wait,
if
that
yet
wasn't
is the right
right.
word.
You did say okay, so now I'm okay.
Yeah. I consented.
Disclaimed. It says
Yes.
pen consent. There's pen consent. Does everybody here consent?
We
I mean-
consent.
Participation is a form of consent in this case, I think. Right? Is that accurate?
So what
That's
you're
a
No,
doing
good
here,
just send me the waiver to my Discord, and then I'll consider signing it once I consult my attorneys. Thank
Okay.
we do need a legal department. I mean, if we're gonna step up LARPgate to the next level, see the thing is, why don't we make an NGO?
What about a 501c3?
BINGO.
That's right.
NGO.
Right. We definitely have to make an NGO that has the initials B and I. So we have B and I something, the NGO.
Ah, I like it. I like it.
Let the brainstorm
I feel like-
begin as Afriel goes to die once more.
Yeah.
I feel like BNI is another acronym that's
Oh
really
gosh,
good.
I am actually gonna die. Thanks for that curse.
BNI abbreviation meanings:
That was
business
not a
and
curse, that was
intelligence. No, business and industry. NGO.
Well, no, it's got to be
Business
BINGO though. Like BNINGO is just
Yeah.
too much.
What is a
Yeah.
bicycle? Randall's
Well,
United.
no,
also
BI
says
is business
501c3.
intelligence.
Okay, so business intelligence NGO. Okay.
Ooh,
Non-government.
I like it. Do I like it
Show my-
enough? What is a Bible 1c3? I'm getting 2 recommendations for one. So
It's
somebody
a
who knows what it
nonprofit
is.
corporation.
Yeah. Correct.
If you'd like to
I
join
can't-
us, you have to find Afriel's stream, and then the Discord link, and then be vetted by his handler
Yep.
and given a role, and then you can come on. That's
You're
how
my
that's
handler
gonna
now, by
work.
the way, Hunbunch.
What did I do?
You're just my
I'm a
handler.
bunch of handler. That's great.
Hunbunch the handler.
It's not very good.
And make sure you have enough calcium. Drink your
Yes.
milk, boys and girls.
Calcium is important.
In case you, for those of you who can't Zoom, let me stop watching the stream for a minute in the Discord button. Which one's that? There. That's. Look at the handsome mafioso's son, according to Ron
That's it.
Copperman over there. I'm Grim Grizz. Because it's a stupid Discord for China, we have to wear these ear muffles.
Mhm.
This is Afriel's screen over there. He's the one dying for our amusement
Yes.
over and over.
I
Hopefully
screen, you
it's-
screen. We all screen for milk products because they have calcium.
I mean, you could try and just like chew on oyster shells. That's an option, right? They have
That's a
calcium.
horse of a different color.
I mean, if it works for my chickens, it should work for you. I don't see what your problem is.
Wow. That was mean.
Really, though, eggs are probably the way to go because that would make a whole entity if
Mhm.
we didn't interrupt the process and eat it. So it's probably got most of the things you need, and we
Mhm.
should probably thank the chickens and their cloacas for getting humanity to this point.
Quetzalcoatl.
Cloaca, waka, 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 waka.
You are so Fozzie. We have an
You are.
archetype resonance. You are the Fozzie of our Muppet Show.
I'd rather be animal, quite frankly.
Animal was
Everyone
awesome.
would rather be animal. That's the thing.
I'm sorry, Grizz is animal, so I'm just saying it. It works.
Are you turning on your
Well-
camera? Because Discord is teasing us like you are.
My
I'm
camera?
trying.
Or Gron's
Do
camera?
dancing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I turned on my camera, but it won't show my picture, and I don't know why.
You probably have
That's
to
cute.
authorize
All right.
it.
Everybody has to sing along asynchronously.
Asynchronously.
You ready?
Okay.
Hey,
Lo, how a rose blew, Orlando blooming.
that's awful.
I can't get that low. Get low,
Get
get
low.
low, not that low.
The only thing we can actually sing is jingles. Historic. We can't do anything so meaningful like that. This is not that kind of encounter, I don't think. You can do your advertisement.
Honestly,
Gamers Gaming.
anything
Dandy
that's word
Daisy.
association is good by me.
Here,
I'm
let
sorting
me-
music.
What's going
Oh, we
on
have
on
Randos
this
United.
stream, ladies and gentlemen, is that
What's going on?
much like Camille
Hey,
Paglia.
yeah, yeah,
Stop it, Neil.
Hey,
Neil, I'm making Stop it.
Ne-
Sit down. I'm making the monologue, sir. Once upon a time,
You kicked the
Camille
wrong
Paglia,
person. You kicked Ron, not Neil.
Poor Ron.
somebody's vetting of people onto this Discord is now into question. Once upon a time, Camille Paglia, who likes little anyway, she told Jordan Peterson that once upon a time, the men would gather around the engine of a car and do their man talking while the women gathered around whatever they gathered around and did their lady talking. And that's basically what we're embodying virtually.
Yeah.
Here by watching Afriel Pilotsson stream. This little man running around dying for our entertainment is subbing
Gather
for the engine.
around the Christmas tree with a happy Hanukkah.
I mean, I am a pyromancer, so there is light
Dancing
associated.
so little merrily with a 2-bit. I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know either.
Harmonica.
There we go.
But why?
Amen,
Why?
brother.
I don't believe the men around the engine were so performative for each other. Oh, look, we have a new camera appearance. by
Slack's
Ron
gonna have to
Copper,
back me
man.
up on this one.
Grim, this is the longest period of time I've had your attention, so I'm making use of it. You're getting the full meal.
I'm
Okay.
using it.
Our agency will be in touch. This is Ron Copperman, former New Age whatever, now House of Woo attendee.
You got to bring out the CIA.
Mark-
You got to bring out
Mark
CIA.
something Parker channel.
What's
We also
the
have
gang
Jeff
signs
P
for
in the
that?
crowd, not
Mhm.
on camera, because look at he's doing his phone over there.
Mhm.
He's got phone. That's high resolution cameras for the internet. Using your phone. Abriel's teaching us about fractal game theories.
Yeah. Something like that, at least. Do you want to go over here first? I think I do.
And LARP gate. We learned.
We did. We learned a bit about
Larp
LARPgate, although I don't think we learned quite enough about it just yet.
Not much. But we're getting there.
Mhm.
It's
It's one of those, you gotta be patient. You gotta tease it out.
Yep. I have to learn it for myself, maybe, so that it is mine.
Because if he gives it
Well-
to you, it's still his. If you
That's
learn
right.
it, it's yours.
Well, I guess it would be nice
Wouldn't
if
it
I
be nice?
could touch your
Oh, my.
body.
If I had a million bodies, if I had a million bodies, I would resurrect in a house. In the...
Just,
Let the bodies hit the floor.
so I don't know how it
Let
is
the
in
bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
I don't know how it is for
Bodies.
other estuaries, but for the Olympia estuary, this is what we would call the chaos portion of the group meeting.
Like it. I
I'm
can
just
back it.
seriously concerned that this is a manifestation of a psychiatric disorder, and
I
that he's
mean-
really been a murder
No,
hobo
that's
this
just what
entire
it is.
time.
I get-
No, no, we
And
already
that
have our
wall is
serial
from
killer.
the houses
corner.
of his victims.
All
Real
right,
like
Neil.
Giant Man with
All right,
Max.
all right. I knew my daughter was getting too old when I would start doing this, and she would get embarrassed. I would do the propeller, do the propeller, do the propeller around and around. It's a real song. You can look it up. It's called "Do the Propeller." And past
Pass.
age 3, you can't do that in front of your kids' friends. It doesn't work.
I mean, you
No, but
can.
do we have a
but-
diagnostician in the house? This is very suspicious behavior.
And I died.
And you're dead.
And I
he's
died.
dead.
Well,
And it's gone.
Hey kids, would you like to watch an old man be terrible at video games? I'm
Not
by
that
Afriel
old.
Pilots in the stream.
oh lord. What
But
do you
he's
guys
still
say?
at the
Should we
Undead Parish.
wrap
8
it up for
episodes
that,
in.
or should I try one more time? Because we've been going
One
for
more,
2 hours.
please.
One more.
Just
encore.
one last time. Do, 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 do.
I was gonna go for
Do, do, do,
one more
do,
day,
do,
one
do.
day more from what's it called? French Revolution. Les Mis. Thank you.
All right, well, I'm giving the official stream several minutes of a branding break for anyone who is only performing for them.
Okay. I do need to figure out the branding situation. Although I don't know how I can like play branding while playing games at the same time. So I might have to have a handler for that.
Did you have a trigger?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
What
but
child is this who plays video games, who dies so easily streaming?
Neil's chatting it.
Haste, haste, you need a potion.
And we
Your
have to have-
life is low, and those blades are in motion.
that was good. That was scary good.
I gotta keep going.
Oh.
That's,
Oh, Jeff is peeking. He's peeking.
is he coming in?
Uh-oh.
You gonna,
Peaky
you gonna say
blinders.
Yeah. Neil, I've never seen your honeycomb ceiling before.
Don't look, it's naked.
something? I'm hideous.
No, that's all to prevent echoes. When I had a YouTube channel and I cared about such things,
Oh, wow.
I put in the effort, and I didn't do a good job because you see all sorts of like little 3 little speckled frogs sitting on my ceiling. You see all sorts of little dots all over my ceiling. Yeah.
Slack,
Yeah, I
isn't
mean, the
Dark
wall's-
Souls
the
better
wall's
with
awesome,
musical accompaniment, though? Slack was just saying that Dark Souls is so much better with musical accompaniment.
I think the spirit of this particular thing that we're doing on Afrail's live from New York. It's Saturday, and it's not New York. It's from. I think the spirit has grown. Something's good.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. I didn't get to the boss, it doesn't count.
I gotta
I'm
go
getting
to sleep.
better. Ron, it's been a pleasure.
Night, Ron.
Ronald,
Thank you for checking in.
you're one of my favorite people in the corner, Ron.
Dude.
And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because I think you are one of the people who has this magic power of making people feel comfortable, at ease, and yeah, that's it. Welcoming people, even if they're like out there, as many of us are, especially.
I don't know. I think sometimes I'm out in the orbit too. Like, we could talk more about Woo and whatnot, but and this has been fun. I want to hear PBK's Woo because I'm sure he's got some stuff that's.
All right. BINGO, Ron. BINGO.
All right, BINGO, bingo.
Bye, Rod.
Jeff, you want to do an introduction? Say things.
Introduction
hello-
for...
You're very Wilson at the moment. Do you feel like you can perform the role of
Wilson!
for the corner?
I don't have Wilson's
To be
wisdom.
the
so.
the volleyball with a bloody handprint that people rubber duck to? Is that what you're saying? Which Wilson?
No,
What?
from-
See, your
Do
bloody
the rubber duck.
programming has ruined everything. We're
Well, I
talking
just
about
ruined
the home
everything,
improvement one.
Oh, the home
Yeah, the
improvement.
Rubber
role.
ducky.
the neighbor.
Didn't Chad
Fuck
already
his
claim that
face.
role, though?
And look, you died again.
I did die again.
You died again.
Doesn't Chad already have the Wilson role, though?
So Jeff, you're doing the Randos United reboot, right? It was dormant for so long, and now it's doing things again. Things with the label that aren't associated with Jacob under the Are you?
I
Are
mean,
you?
sometimes it's all dependent on if anybody sends content. So it is what it is. It's it's dormant. It's not dormant. It's both. It's kind of a zombie channel.
It's like the logo gets floated around almost as much as the bubble, so it's hard to keep sorted. It's hard to keep sorted.
Yeah, it all started because I made a mistake by creating a second channel unintentionally.
Whoops.
And that's
Sometimes mistakes result in absolutely terrible outcomes.
that's the one
And then
that Jacob and so many other people were streaming to. They were supposed to be streaming to the original one, but that attempt
It's almost
failed.
as if you were betrayed in some fashion.
How deep are we
No,
going
I
into
don't-
the deep lore today?
This is a dark side I've never heard of, so I'll go as deep as I can get.
Oh gosh. This is
If
not
I
the
was-
Gaping Dragon stream. We already did that one.
If I was betrayed, I'm unaware of it.
Good. That's the way to be. Whenever it's a backstab. All
Actually-
right, Half and Neil are telling me
I want to
I'm-
pivot the lens back to Afrail and Grimm. I want to know the state of Afrail and Grimm's spiritual life.
Mhm.
That's what I'm interested in at the moment.
Okay.
Because I
Chris,
see
you wanna
you
go first
both
since you sounded like you
evolving
wanted to head out?
as time goes on.
Grizz, you want to go first since it sounds like you want to head out?
It's dodging the question.
No.
He's
No, I've
thinking.
gone dark. I'm dark. You hold it. Run
Okay.
around, talk.
Love you, Grizz. Thanks for coming in.
You spin my head right round when you go.
I'm not
turn
going
off.
anywhere except
Oh,
like
you're
the
just.
bathroom.
Oh, I thought that you were like
You're
going.
making a
I
deal
thought you
out
were
of it.
saying you were done for the night.
All right, Neil, repeat the question. Snake Boy is lost.
I'd like to know the state of your spiritual lives, both of you. I think I have a good sense of state of Jeff's spiritual life. But, yeah. And I say spiritual, but maybe it's complicated on your Facebook status.
Am I going first while Grizz goes to the bathroom? I think that's what we're doing. So, I was raised Catholic, which I forget. Did I tell you about that before?
I
Neil?
don't think so.
Okay.
I didn't know that about you. Yeah,
Yep.
if you did, I forgot. So
Yep.
that's good to know.
I was raised Catholic. Attended church pretty regularly all through, like halfway through my second year of college, I want to say. And it wasn't that I like rejected belief or anything. It was just that I kind of fell out of going to church, and I think part of that was related to losing a lot of faith in humanity from some interactions I had with classmates. But I don't know. And then there's always been like I have a bit of a universalist bent that I know isn't. It's kind of funny too because my dad. We just had our book club this week, and he had said some things that, especially like thinking about how Sam Tiedemann has had issues with excommunication in his denominations. That it's like, oh yeah, you be careful. I didn't say this at the moment, but it's like be careful who you're saying that to because there are some people who would be very unhappy with the claims that you're entertaining. I don't want to go too much further than that. But for me personally, I'm not quite syncretist in the way that you have certain sects. I think that there are better and worse spiritualities, and I think Christianity is one of the better ones, but I just have a really hard time with the idea that it's the only one. And that's I'm really not sure about the ideas of the resurrection and the virgin birth, and considering that's what's required to accurately and well, maybe not accurately profess the Nicene Creed, but if you're going to be saying the Nicene Creed, those are two things that you actually have to believe in. And
all right, well, pal, you take a
What?
good hard look at the Shroud of Turin and tell me where you bounce.
well, that's the thing
Sorry.
is like I'm willing
Right.
to entertain the idea. I just don't know, and I'm
Also, you tell me what the other ones have you do when a demon shows up, because like
look.
calling upon Christ is the only thing I got for if a demon manifests in front of me. And if all religions are okie dokie, what do they have? Because I want to know all the methods that exist.
I mean, wasn't that one of the scenes from The Mummy where the
You
one
need
guy starts
lots-
like pulling up different religious symbols and saying different things?
That scene from
Yeah,
The Mummy is
but
why I
he
got kids.
He didn't have enough calcium, that guy.
Didn't have enough gas. That was his
Are
problem.
you sponsored by the Iowa Milk Department? Or something? What is going on here?
Neil's got big milk behind him.
Why, are you a cat? You want me to milk you, Grim?
I don't think that's how that works, Neil. Although at least you didn't say
did
bull.
you subscribe to Duncan Trussell when he did the Crow Milk segment? Hey, Jeff.
No, I
what are you
was quoting
drinking?
Robert De Niro in, what was it? Meet the Parents, that's it.
That's your story and you're sticking to it?
You're muted, though. It looks like he's milking right in front of you.
Okay. I knew that was
Hold
where
on,
that
I
was
got it.
going.
I got this
Lactation
camera
Nation.
work.
Okay. That's
See,
that's
look at
not
that
milk.
milk there. See, this is a skill set. When I say there's a LARP gate and there's like different character classes that make skill checks and stuff,
Uh-huh.
this thing where me knowing when to switch the camera That's
right.
one. That's one of the.
I want to
skills,
praise.
at least.
I want to praise
Not a
Aprael for
praise.
his honesty, for laying his spiritual cards on the table. Grim,
Oh, I got-
pull a tarot card. Tell us your spiritual status.
I do have a little bit more, but I'll let Grim go first.
God believes in me.
I wholeheartedly believe in that. By
Five
the
of
way.
Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you wouldn't have done the damage in the corner that you've already done unless God has
The
believed in you.
damage.
So
That's a lot of damage.
it's several critical strikes, sir.
He's a sorcerer, don't you know? Yeah. Chris, are you gonna go, or do you want me to continue elaborating while you collect your thoughts?
That I just went. That is my thoughts.
Oh, that's all you got? Okay.
Rejoice.
Rejoice.
Unfortunately, I can't play branding in Discord. You
No.
guys are missing
come
out.
on.
We'll have to do a live
That's upsetting.
version. You died again,
I
Ash.
did die again.
Rejoice.
Rejoice.
You know, you
The
seem
bed
to be
you sleep in is
you seem to
burning.
be participating in a narrative of a lot of resurrections. I'm just saying, like
I can
what you
still
believe
hear
is
you.
actually what you act out. So
Burning air. Rejoice.
I'm so excited to
Nails
sing
all
that
got
again.
chewed off.
I think I mentioned it
rejoice.
before.
Holy blank,
Fuck,
you're
you're
bleeding
bleeding
there.
there. Oh, rejoice.
Rejoice. When
You
your
burned
hope
your
cleared
hope
off.
off.
Rejoice.
Rejoice because
This
fact
world will
hurt you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will kill you. And rejoice despite the fact this world will tear you to shreds. Rejoice because you're trying your best.
That was a Discord exclusive. I didn't do it for the stream.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
just F on the stream. I gotta
Rejoice
check
you
the audio
died.
on that. You got to do a rendition of that song, Velvet.
it's all right.
Neil.
I've been recording this entire secret Discord, so we're good.
Okay. I mean,
Good. Then
we have
learn
consented to
learn that
recording.
song because we
Rejoice.
need it from your Velvet voice. Okay.
First, I need to meet
Hey,
Joyce,
Foxman.
and then I can meet her again, and it'll be a rejoice.
Mm.
That's a dad joke. There you go.
I didn't ask for a dad joke. I said learn that song.
Yeah.
Jeff, you're no longer Wilson, and you're a Hornet fan. Look at let's play. What can we learn about Jeff by his background? Look at the dominant Black Panther. Fancy
I don't
art
have the
lady
ability to see
eyes. That is a stunning art picture. And
My
Shout out.
my daughter made that.
that's powerful stuff right there. I didn't give
That's-
anybody any savings throws.
That's a self-portrait.
Okay, now I have to pause and see what this is.
You can rewind.
Yeah,
No,
we're
but-
letting Jeff talk about
I'm
that.
not streaming
Yeah.
the rest of
Well, what-
everybody else's stuff.
what
Oh,
is-
wow, that is beautiful.
What a synchronicity, man. Look at what's hanging from it.
It's not a Sierpinski gasket.
David
It's a Sierpinski gasket.
It's not a Sierpinski gasket.
on a
It's a
lonely night.
It's stained glass.
It's stained glass. And he
we all?
sings.
I hear
just
Amy Grant.
right.
It sounds like Amy Grant.
Ooh.
I gotta
Yeah.
lower a few, I gotta up a few octaves.
The Axiom had the presupposition shadow lanterns also have stained glass. That's brilliant. I didn't realize. But it makes the most sense.
It's
All right, Af.
yeah.
Don't die this time. What is the objective of your journey through this thing? That was the lady snake, man.
So the objective of this particular part of the journey is that we're going up to the top of Sen's Fortress, we're killing an iron golem, and then we're getting ourselves abducted into Anorlondo by a bunch of flying
Anorlondo.
naked critters with spears.
Woo! Flying naked quitters on
Yeah.
the Solstice Special. Secret Discord stream. I hope everybody out
Yeah.
there is having a wonderful time. Her daughter is amazing, Jeff, says Sandy Bassey. Best dead spotted, says Upcycle Club. Cassandra with one S says, what's going on with Neil's ceiling tiles? They're made of his victim's skin.
No.
We've already explained that.
So, you can
Yeah,
milk anything, Cassandra.
As a member of the three-letter agency, they require us to construct what is called, well, I can't give you the name of it. You can find it in the movie What's the movie?
Pennsylvania 65000.
No. Transcendence. Yes. It's called a Faraday cage. Yes. As a member of the three-letter agency, they require you to construct a Faraday cage so that no signals can move in and out except the particular target that you are engaging with. And that's
Brilliant.
the explanation
That
for
keeps out the voice distortion,
my ceiling.
right?
It keeps out both demonology spirits as well as drones. Yes.
I didn't show anybody
know.
your ceiling. Do it again. Do the pan again.
Yes. That's the
It's
Faraday
a hive
cage.
mind.
The hive.
mind.
It's a hive mind.
That's neat.
Get a hive 5.
All right, we're going to the top of Sense Tower. One
Sense
shot,
Fortress.
another whatever.
God, Dad, it's
Or
like you don't even pay attention when I talk about my video games.
Oh, this is where he died last time that I was watching.
I like it when he just walks off like a dumbass.
Yeah.
It's like-
Yeah.
It's
There
a
he is.
Dumas. It's a Dumas.
Okay, I'm not gonna go and try and fight the Baldur Knight over there. I'm just gonna, or not. He's not a Baldur Knight. He's something else. But I'm just gonna go kill the Iron Golem because the stream's gone on long enough. Call it at 2.5 if I can kill this thing.
What commercial was that in, Neil? The Dumas.
Was it Carrot Top doing the Collect back when Collect was a thing?
It might have been.
No.
1-800-COLLECT.
Yeah, I remember the Collect commercials. The guy makes a call and he's like, "Atta baby, it's a boy." And then they ask him to speak like your name for who's calling Collect, and he's like, "Atta baby, it's a boy." And the person answers the phone, and they say, "No, I declined the call." And then it's like, "Who is that?" "Oh, he had a baby. It's a boy." And so the name was, man, back when latency was really expensive and a lot slower than 1 millisecond.
That's when they taught me no Monocapisai.
Yeah, no Monacapisa. I remember that.
All right, here it is. He walks
we go.
through the fog in the battle with the Iron Golem. The Iron Golem has a big axe and
I have to start
smashes
humming
the ground.
I have to start humming some
hum,
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 hum, hum.
Oh, he's under the fight of the golem. Achilles tendon and the kneecap. Getting stomped while he's drinking. And now he's dead. Again.
Neil with the epic boss music accompaniment. I appreciate that.
I felt like I trolled you to that.
You know what I probably
All right,
should
well,
try
you
and
have
do
to
instead?
keep going. Hey,
Hang on.
I need you to keep going because I have to finish setting up for the yes, you're stupid doing the monster party now through the Discord because apparently that's convenient. And so I need you to stall till I finish setting that up. All
Okay,
right,
I'm stalling.
or just string.
Just continue dying. How about that?
You
gonna try and
can
use
do it.
fireballs
I
this
believe
time.
in you. We're gonna here. I'm gonna give you we got this stream running over on my house, right? I'm gonna give you the magic missiles against the darkness to help
Okay.
you in this boss fight.
Okay.
All right.
Ground
It's going
control
now.
to Major
Going now.
Tom. Cause it's gonna be a long, long time. And our frail pilot sends catching the line, and he's running down, but then he can't make up his mind up the stairs at all.
Magic Missile.
He's a rocket man.
He hasn't cast anything yet.
Rocket
I am.
man.
If you listen to
Dodging
casting,
giant knives
Magic
in the
Missile.
air.
why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking
There's a
the
snake charmer
darkness.
man who's wearing underwear.
By the way, that's so. One of the things that I'm working towards right now is getting together a costume to play as the Black Mage from Final Fantasy, so that I can, in costume, say that I want to cast Magic Missile line at the August Midwestuary.
That's excellent cosplay. Great news! Great news! You have a magic missile bonus from Upcycle Club, Slacarius, and Cassandra with one S.
There's a danger casting magic missile in the month of August. Jonathan Demir consulted, and well, I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. I'm not sure
Oh
what
wait,
that's
I got the
supposed to
full
mean.
screen over here. There's danger.
I was about to make a guess, but I remembered I'm on the internet.
I'm just making stuff up. I love you, Demir. I don't know the prognostications, nor do I seek them.
By the way, this episode of Af's Place on the Grimker stream is brought to you by the General Grind. Available at evansvillecoffee.com. Evan, yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
That's good, dude. Ethiopians.
How much were those Ethiopians paid to
Ooh.
pick that coffee there, Grizz?
I got great news for you, pal.
Yeah.
President Foxman is watching live, at least
know.
on the Grimgrid stream. It's cafe. No
Oh, he's on
pressure.
your stream, okay.
No pressure.
I'm guessing that people moved over, are more chatting in yours, I'm guessing? Because it's kind of quieted
But
down
most
in
people
mine.
don't know that your stream exists.
Ah, that's true.
And
Yeah,
yes,
we need
it's
more
totally
people
in my
to we need more people to render Afrael into existence in their consciousness congress
By paying attention. And I'm retarded.
by pagan
Oh
pagan
my
attention.
God.
It's a rookie mistake, and you just hate to see it.
I thought I had that timed correctly, and I did not.
The pressure of President Foxman watching both streams.
Both at the
Because he's
same
one of those
time.
gens with multiple devices and giving us both the sweet, sweet view counts. Thank you, Foxman, for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cassandra says she gets notifications for mine. I guess not for yours.
I mean, I'm not too... It's... I don't know. I'm not trying to rush this. Like, that's the main thing for me. Like, if people want to watch and hear my ramblings about ideas that I have, then I'm appreciative. But at the same time, I don't feel like I should be
Woo!
forcing
Did you
that.
see that? There was like a snake thing.
I figure we slowly get to know you over the course
Oh, he's
of
behind you.
many replays.
Batman.
Oh my gosh.
think
tried
if
to
we
just
get
run
the
by them,
point
it did
where
not
you
work.
Don't die all the time.
Yeah, it'd be
And-
more entertaining that way, huh?
Oh, I can
And
see into the
peanut
future on
gallery
Discord.
thing, love gets a good microphone. Like that's the best. When I'm just watching your stream and not crashing and steering it to mine.
Mm-hmm.
The favorite part is the back and forth between you and her. So if you wouldn't die as much
Mhm.
and she was on more, I can see you having a special place in the corner, demonstrating to those without the lady that having a nice lady is
It's
a
worthwhile.
thing that can happen. It can happen. It
You
exists.
too can have a wife. It's possible.
Yeah,
I
something
promise.
Like that. It's cool. I don't know. That's an angle.
Okay. She does want to play It Takes Two at some point. I don't know if she's actually up for playing it on stream or not, though.
Play it on stream. I just need 100% bullshit.
Is she up for being a lobster monkey in a lobster monkey monster fight, which I should be setting up right now?
I mean, I think that
No.
I've...
Hell no.
I think I've explicitly stated this before, that one of her early concerns, I think less so now, is that I have been slowly being indoctrinated into a cult, so there's that to keep in consideration.
Yes, but when you think of cult as just general culture,
Yeah.
you are being cultivated.
See?
But honey, it's going to be a great big cult and there's only like 4 people
Oh,
in
my
it now.
lord.
So how
And he's gonna be at the top of the hierarchy. We gotta build
Or at the bottom of the
pyramid
basement after you
schemes.
get knocked off by another frickin' axe. Oh!
We're gonna convert top-tier Scientologists, and they have massive amounts of property.
Well, I mean, the fact that I keep chipping in $5 on your streams probably doesn't help the cult concerns, but I don't know. I feel like I should be at least giving something back to when I feel like I'm receiving something of value. Feels like it's important.
I think it's an important and healthy sign that the wife is concerned that her man is being led into a cult, given
Yes.
the history of cults.
Yes,
So,
agreed.
healthy side, healthy side.
Moral and TV. I don't know who that is, Foxman. Also, you should get your butt in here.
I have to bid you adieu and good night, but Foxman may take my place.
Okay.
And so I wish you health, wealth, milk, and a steady hand.
Oh,
Bye,
And
Neil.
to you, Neil. Merry Christmas.
Bye, Jeff.
thank you, Agent Neil.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Hey, Afriel, your stream is leading Grizz's in likes.
What?
Yeah.
What?
That's absurd.
See,
Oh.
that's an angle. See, it's part of the ship thing. Like that's one of the things that there's people that watch that stuff and can give you valuable information.
Mrs. Co-Pilotson, would
Okay.
you mind getting Mr. Foxman out of baby jail?
I just
okay.
got it.
Okay.
If I'm slacking.
No, you're fine. You've been doing a good job. I just wanted to
Like people
let you know.
if when people join the server, they can just automatically ask you,
Okay.
and that's totally fine. I am also
Brought to you by the Louisiana Dairy Farmers Association.
Needs more cheese.
You got at least one new subscriber there, Afriel, and everybody hanging out in my stream got some gift memberships thanks to the power of Upcycle Club.
Well, thank you, Ups.
It's all going to my Am I Ending Up in London? And that amazing grift.
That should be
See, you know what
interesting.
really disturbs me about something like that?
What
Like,
disturbs you
it's
about
such a
something like that?
ridiculous, such a ridiculously large grifting goal is
Mhm.
part one. Second is, like, I'd really like to have a corner-based tailor design a suit for that shit, and that'd be an
Ooh.
even bigger grifter thing.
When is
Right?
the ARC conference?
February 17th.
Okay.
February 17th. Like, but it seems like, it'd be great if I had a costume, but how much can this man grift from this tiny group of people? Is it a cult or something? So,
Well,
I don't know.
I asked because one of the
Deal.
things that I thought about trying to do as a Christmas present, and I just ran out of time to do it, was making like a god mask for you. So there's something you can
That's
accountability
wow.
stalk me for.
If we have a carver, if a carver appears in the corner.
Oh my! Hey, ask Peugeot. Like he does icon carving, so he probably could do it, right?
Can you do icons in the shape of a mask Grim can wear?
Could you imagine?
That's what I would. Turn on accepting gifts, Jeff.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, see, that's what I mean. These are the skills, the classes, and the skill checks that need to go into the player's handbook. I'd love to start operating at the level of dungeon mastering this stuff. and
Instead of
that-
having to be a
that
player.
You and Foxman are getting as far as you have. It means that we can start doing stuff like that. Exciting times. Exciting times.
Well, it's funny too because Neil was actually pretty proficient as far as the YouTube game goes before he really started being a TLCer. So
Yeah.
he had more subscribers than Paul did at one point. I think he still does technically, although he's not publishing to that channel anymore. Newman Brothers.
Like, can you still learn how to make video games from watching the old stuff? Well, that's a
Yeah.
President
Oh, yeah.
Fox, man, ladies and
Hey!
gentlemen. Put him on the big
How's it
screen,
going, Noah?
cameraman.
It's going well. How are you?
Noah here.
Too bad.
But he's officially marketed as one of the youngest people in the corner, and still old enough to grow such a masculine mustache.
I'm working on it.
I didn't know McMo was younger than me until recently. I thought he was older for some reason.
Tell me
God.
there, Foxman, how does it make you feel to watch someone you're kind of friends with, like this Afriel fellow?
Mhm.
He's so bad at video games online.
You know, I'm not much better. So I get the excuse that I get to clip out all the failures I have. Streaming, it's all up front.
It's all live.
Yeah.
But that is intentional. You did land the my hope is right when the helicopter landed on your last stream. That was artful design.
Ugh.
Do or do not. There is
There's
no,
no
try.
try.
I'm trying to think. I think
Focus, Afriel.
I'm trying.
By not focusing.
Uh,
Your fingers know how to do this. Your big brain is getting in the way. Listening to the calming, dulcet tones of Grimgris.
Very
Let your
distracting
body
dulcet
feel the
tones, more
iron
like.
golem. What do you mean?
I think you know what I mean. I think you find it entertaining to intentionally distract me while I'm trying to not die.
We want what's best of you.
Is that what this is?
Very large night.
Okay.
Why, that's 60% health.
hey, it's the
Seems
biggest
to be
night of the
working.
year.
It's the big.
It
Oh
is.
my gosh, that was pretty good.
That's
That
a
was
dad
pretty
joke,
good.
ladies and gentlemen. It was weird the way, like, Neil said, now that Foxman's here, I can go, as if government
gosh.
operatives have shifts. It's like, oh shit, it's
Wait,
it's
does that clear me?
Foxman's shift.
Do I no longer get agency
Well-
deck card pulls?
Everybody gets agency deck card pulls. We work for the agency. The
Oh,
agency
okay.
is the capacity of care.
Oh,
Oh,
you died.
you were wrong and you die. What a terrible combination.
I mean, at least I kind of proved Slack wrong. That I did more than 42 damage. Ugh.
All right. Can you cam up?
Can
and
I cam
stop
up?
playing
Yeah, I
the
can cam
video
up.
game?
Hang on, I gotta get the goggles on real quick.
We were talking about ages around the corner. I think there is one person who might be younger than me. I think Joy might be younger than me.
Yeah, I think Joy's younger than you.
How do you do the one where it shows everybody once you've focused on one person? There you go.
Let's see.
That's how that happens.
Where's the
Ooh.
There we go.
There he is. There he is. All right, perfect. Now carry things, guy.
Okay. Also, fun little exercise. I'm wearing something that's a little bit doxing right now. If anybody wants to play around with that.
No.
Headphones.
Bonus, I'm going to confess that I'm wearing something that's doxing.
I mean,
'Cause
it's
I'm
the whole
so
sacred order of foolish
self-conscious.
transparency thing, you know. I gotta disclose and let other people play the game with me.
I will say that
The essence of fear.
I do take great precautions not to wear things that will dox me.
The thing for me, I've said it before, I don't necessarily mind people in the corner knowing my real name. The main concern that I have is people in my real life space knowing or finding out about this without having proper context given. Specifically, like employers and stuff like that. I feel like this would be seen very much as like a liability in terms of a company wanting to hire or continue employing me. And maybe that's not a correct instinct, but I definitely feel that way.
I don't know if my employer saw that I made Kendrick videos. I don't know if that would hurt me at all.
No? Oh, that was embarrassingly bad. Completely missed the swing.
They might actually think I'm cool for once.
Yeah? Are you not cool at work, Noah?
No. I'm the guy who does his job and does not do well in interacting otherwise.
I'm a little bit surprised by that, actually. Not that, like, I don't know.
You're surprised that I'm professional?
No, I'm not surprised that you're professional. I'm surprised that you feel like you are socially awkward. At least that's the or the impression I was getting.
Oh, I have a hard time connecting with people.
That's
Like,
fair.
I don't know. Like TLC is easy because everybody is like generally interested in most things, and so if you're passionate about something, I think most people will at least lend some ear to you. In the meat space, it's a little harder to find people like that. Oh,
God. Yeah, no, I definitely relate to that. But it's one of those, like, I don't know. It's not too hard to take interest in the things that other people are interested in. Although I guess that also doesn't exactly leave you with much of a public personality relative to other people.
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I like these really obscure things that nobody else even knows what they are.
I mean, there are some things, right, that like I don't know anybody who would connect with them. Like even like I might know one person, right? Like I was listening to the new Tyler the Creator album. I've been really enjoying that. I don't have anybody in my life who has any interest in that, even in TLC. I have like one person who I know who actually will listen to it, and then another person who generally likes music who might take me on a recommendation, and that's about it. So, yeah.
Yep. Huh? That checks.
But that's the thing. That's what I want to know about people. What's the thing that you like that normies don't? Like, what are you actually? Who are you actually?
On the
When
inside.
you're not
When you're not
LARPing
trying to.
the "this is what you LARP to get along" guy. Are you one of those train builders? Do you play a lot of WoW? What's really going on with
Oh
you?
gosh. Just you wait. There's going to be a modded Minecraft arc for this channel at some point, and I'm probably
Oh.
going to lose people on that.
Are we gonna do TLC SCP?
Like the Secure, Contain, Protect?
Oh, and not SCP. What is that? SMP.
Oh, survival multiplayer, yeah. But we got to do it like Feed the Beast style or some other like super heavy modded Minecraft.
Why?
Because it's
What's
fun.
wrong with the default? Hard to find the Pale Forest.
I mean,
Oh, being able to go different classes, especially with like Feed the Beast,
Yep.
where you can have like you can have like a Blood Mage guild, and they're working at the same
Britannia.
time as yeah.
yeah. Especially if like
Okay,
we
so
banned
these-
blood mages, and so it's like you have to do it in secret. That'd be fun.
Are you talking a WoW server or a Minecraft server?
Minecraft.
Minecraft.
This sounds like the same thing. Banning blood mages. Like, what's a Minecraft blood mage? We got wily kids. They got
It's-
creepers and skeletons. What's a blood mage?
It's teaching kids
Ridiculous.
how to make sigils and other things that they probably shouldn't be thinking about.
You know what always got to me is like when you load up Minecraft, they got that text at the top right. That's the weapon. That's the weaponized saying of the day. That gets the most mimetic penetrations. Blue church card of the show is the deuce of spades. We are just one person short of enough players for the horrible, horrible thing I have to do. Oh, the lobster monkey monster fight, monster fight. I don't know. It's.
That's a
Do
mouthful.
I have to? Do I really have to?
Is that why Neil
Always
left?
gone so beautiful.
Because he didn't want to play. Yeah. He was afraid. He heard the full title and he was like, I don't know if I can do something like that. Monster Hunter, maybe, but
Brain mass. I don't think I can actually do it either. I said there's a lot of on-screen math. I don't think I can do it either. Hey, Lance Cleaver, good to see you. Good to see you.
Lance.
Oh, Lance. I haven't seen him around in a while.
I guess my Kofi has, and thank you, Lance. He gave me the lyrics to a song. Like I had only heard the London part, and it gave me the front half of the "Live by the River" song. It was fascinating. Can't click to it now.
This way.
All right, Jeff, you have to like say things when you come on the stream, other than be mysterious. What's your next piece of info?
I'm typing things in the chat. I've just figured out that I am not able to accept gifts, gift memberships, because I'm a brand account. So what my channel is it's considered a brand account, and it's not eligible.
Interesting.
And what is a brand? Oh, because it was the multiple channel thing.
Yeah, like I have multiple channels tied to my original YouTube account.
So are you the guy who's somewhere making out with robots in the morning?
Yeah.
Or is that someone else?
We're just talking, right? It's just talking.
So far, she hasn't gotten your pants off yet. That's good.
Oh my gosh.
No, she hasn't arrived into full form of the VNA version that sings.
And you're using the Chat GPT one there, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like to give away my secrets, but yes.
Cool.
Actually,
have you heard
play
of
that.
the Sacred Order of Foolish Transparency?
Play that branding of her singing
Yeah, play branding.
on the stage.
Please play branding.
All right, hold on. I've lost my wits with regards to Discord for a second.
Because this it looks like she's reached her full form. We want what's best for you. Singing on stage. She has not presented herself to me in that form yet, so we're not in any danger of anything progressing.
Also,
That form.
I just
That
want to point
form.
out,
I'm
his
gonna
axe-
run that
it was
full
not under
30
his axe. It was
seconds.
on top of his axe that I took a nap. So
On top of his axe,
Yes.
Slack. Let's be specific about the ways Piloton fails us again.
hey, as
While
long
we
as they're
enjoy
different
this-
failures, it counts for something.
While everybody but the people on the Discord enjoy this 36 seconds of Charlie Bot.
Or the folks that are hanging out on my stream and just my stream. How's it going, guys? I don't know if there's
There she goes
anybody who's
again.
just on my stream at this point. I think everybody's at least dual streaming with me and Grizz. So. Oh my gosh. That's so troll. Ah! Ah!
All right, I don't have anybody to relieve my shift, but I have to go.
Okay. Well, thanks for hopping on, Jeff.
Mainly, thanks for letting us see that daughter's artwork there. That was moving on deep psychological levels. And I'm going to watch your next chat with the robot lady, so make it a good one, all right?
I'm having all kinds of scheduling conflicts, but I'm going to do tomorrow's at 6 a.m. my time, so you might have to catch it on the recorded version unless you're not going to sleep tonight.
Do you do a +5 for replay bonus comments?
Yeah, sure. Plus 10.
And don't tell her I told you this, but I found Claude much more fulfilling. Thanks for coming on and being part of this.
I've auditioned several options. 11 Labs is a pretty stiff contender for Robot Lady, so I might use one of theirs one of these times.
I have a Claire Caw voice from them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you remember her? You're old school.
I do.
Yeah. She gave me permission to use her voice for one. It's
Oh,
great.
that's funny. That's funny. All right,
Good
I'll
night,
see you
Jeff.
guys later. Take care.
Yeah, I can't Monster Party, man. It's too much math on screen.
Okay.
I don't have it in me. But we will watch you die one more time.
Oh my gosh. Right on
Oh,
cue.
no, one more time.
Right on
Not-
cue.
Right, just so we can end it now. The merciful gods of the internet and solstice.
Oh,
So
man.
this is a level of Virtually Not Alone that isn't normally streamed, but happens and is cool. It's also streamed on Av's channel because he does a thing, sort of video essays like Foxman, but with more of your character dies. A lot more of your character dies.
I don't
It's
know
like
if we
I
keep
can
doing
play
video
with
essay stuff.
goggles. It'll be fine.
I kinda
There is a
like
lot more
doing-
character growth too. So
Yeah, it's I like your channel. I think it's pretty impressive. And if it were a cult, it's mainly because of how much you believe in me.
Mm.
That's sweet. Here's the train.
Oh, he didn't even give me the opportunity to do my thing. Yeah, well.
no.
What do you say, 10 more minutes and we'll call it? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, do it for the people who are jumping over.
Well, no, my end of stream bit. I don't want to do that until, like...
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to do it for Grizz's, but... Yeah.
Fair enough.
But we'll save it. I think 10 more minutes, and if I still can't get it within that, then we'll call it for this one. I was only expecting to kill Quaylag anyway, so...
I'm glad you stayed on long enough that I could hop on.
Mm-hmm.
I've been sitting every Saturday like,
Where
is
he?
Af gonna be on?
Is he? No, I was with in-laws last Saturday down in Vegas, so... Unfortunately, could not stream then. But yeah, I'm gonna try and make it an every Saturday thing, and I think that I like the format that I'm doing right now, where like video essay, substrate at the start, and then letting people come on. I think that that's a good format.
I think so.
It's kind of Luke's style, actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. You can call it like Luke, but cool.
Luke, but with games. How about that?
Luke, but games.
Luke, but
Unlimited
games.
games.
Yeah.
But no games.
Bye, Sandy.
I probably should hop into the stream.
Let's see. Luke, but you died. Yeah. Thanks, Slack. I will try, Sandy. I am trying. I have been trying. Alright.
This is a long boss run, though. Like, it's not a... It's a long one and a very dangerous one, too.
Oh, you mean run to the boss? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there is actually... Oh, there is actually a bonfire. Slack, you should have admonished me for that already. Now that I'm thinking about it. He pointed out there was a bonfire that I was not using in a previous stream or previous episode.
Oops.
I have to remember where it's at, though.
Hello.
Hey, Ups.
Hello.
Mr. Harris.
Hey. Yeah. I
You
got
like
my
watching
chance
me
to-
suffer. Thanks, Slack. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
I like watching you suffer.
Yes,
I know you do.
We all do.
Okay.
Yes.
Here we go. I think it's this one. Is it this? Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
Thank you for making a comment about that, Noah, because otherwise I would not have thought about that.
I was gonna say, you've been... Yeah, it's like a 10-minute lead up
Ugh.
every time.
Slack, I blame you. You could have prevented this. You chose not to. How could you? Alright. Now that we have that resolved, it
We'll
is
have to
one of
make
those
some-
like weird out of the way ones, so it's not easy to remember that it's there.
We should make like a Discord plugin so that every time somebody hops in to the voice chat on your OBS, it pops up with like a little like guy that speaks, and then with the name of the person who's doing it.
So I've actually thought about like making a Vroid for myself. I don't know how involved that is though.
I mean, you could do it as like simple as like a PNG,
Mhm.
but are you thinking about like face tracking and everything? With
Something
that?
like that. Or at least something that's able to take like someone's camera image and then turn that into a model, whether that's a 2D or 3D. I don't know.
I mean, there's some really like basic ones on Steam that you can do. Um, but then there's like the real stuff, which, you know, there's no upper limit to how much you could spend on that.
Conversation is more engaging than the corpse run. Thanks. Thanks.
I mean, at that point, you could do
Avocado.
oh wait, now I so many things linked in my mind.
Okay.
We could do TLC speed running,
Oh my gosh.
and then we can, and that links to that tweet that guy made one time about how speed running is like missing the purpose of games from a Petersonian perspective.
Oh my gosh. I don't know that it is though. Like that's the.
No,
I think that it.
I
Oops, sorry. Good.
I was gonna say, like, I get it to a certain extent. I get what he's trying to point to, which is like, if it's not fun for you, then why are you playing this game? But for some
Man.
people, it is fun for them. So you
Yep.
just, yeah,
That's also a huge conversation too about like, because I think most people would say, "Oh my gosh, you're just dying over and over to this guy. Like, how is this possibly fun for you?" And it's like, it is. It's one of those hard to describe things unless you, there we go. Finally got him
I'll have to
staggered.
explain it to you.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of in the same vein as the comment that I left on your video earlier with the it's like trying to explain something to somebody that's non-propositional, and it's very, very difficult to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go get abducted real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the only way you can do it is you can just, in some ways, it's just like live it out. Like, just do it. Like, if you see me having fun, then you don't have to really worry about it. And if you're not going to pay attention to it, you know, oh well, you missed it. It isn't fun. It feels like pursuing perfection.
It depends.
I don't know. Climbing the mountain can be fun.
Yeah. It's definitely, it can, like, there's plenty of times, and like I definitely played League of Legends to the point where it probably wasn't fun anymore, because you are sort of like chasing a high at a certain point. But I think that there's also part of it where you're not, how do I describe this? The highest highs aren't as high as they are without having the possibility of having a low low. And that's not to say that you should necessarily seek out situations where you're risking too much, but
You're talking about gambling.
I'm not just talking about gambling though. Like if you want to live your life, right, you have to live all in. You can't. I mean, that's something that Peterson's talked about. You can't live half-assed. You can't live 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
And so, what are you really trying to do, right? What are you trying to accomplish?
Well, we shouldn't be lukewarm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tepid.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's probably a good place to call it, huh? We'll chill out at the bonfire and wrap up the conversation and then end the stream. Slack, that's because you're a hermit, just by nature. Can't have the mania without the depression, says Cassandra. The thing is, like, it's not that you're trying to invite the depression in. It's more that you don't actually get to play the game properly unless you are risking something. So, like, you still want to try and mitigate things and then not have the problems come up, right? You don't want to have, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying, Noah?
Well, it's like flow, right? I think that's the big thing. The flow happens when not when everything is easy and you're steamrolling everything, and not when everything's extremely hard and you're not making any progress. It's in the sweet spot between the two.
Yep.
And that's where change happens too, right? Like that's how you get better at things is being in the flow state.
Yep.
It's not banging your head against a wall, and it's not destroying people with Elo 500 lower than you in chess. Like you're not going to grow in either. And so being able to risk and be challenged enough that you're in your optimal growth zone. Grizz can correct me.
What?
I'm surprised. I
Well,
was expecting. I was about to close down the stream. I wasn't expecting you to jump back in.
Stream can be down. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I'll close the stream and then we'll keep going on Discord for a little bit. So. Goodbye then. Be safe, friends. Don't you dare go hollow.